he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa, whoa. So, I think with that microphone, our viewers are really going to be able to see that I finally hit it. I think with the 4K audio quality that's coming through, everyone's going to finally be able to recognize that I got pipes. And I'm disrespect. I'm tired of people saying that I sing like Trey songs. I want to be referred to as White Big Luther from now on.
All right. I'm Terry Ricardo DeShazo.
And I'm Big White Luther. And we're here to bring you the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. We got a great show for you today. We're going to jump right into our show, piggyback off where we left you last, which was the European Super League is coming to destroy soccer as we know it.
Yeah.
3 days later, the European Super League is no more.
Yep. That shit folded quick.
So Chelsea was the first team to duck on out of that joint. Then Manchester City. All the English clubs followed.
Yeah.
Right now, it's Real Madrid, Barcelona, and who else?
Atletico? Are they still in it? Is Atletico still in it?
Is it just the Spanish teams, I think?
I thought Barcelona's still in it. I thought they folded out.
No, they're still in it, bro.
Wow. Yo, I mean, but to be honest, I understand the Spain squads, though, because they were losing money like crazy this year. Y'all are like, Madrid's in crazy debt. So I understand why he was like, yo, we need to fix this.
All three of us. And Pathetico, too. Like, they just bought Joao Felix for 100 million euros right before COVID hit.
Yeah. Spain is struggling, dude. They're going through it right now.
Yeah. That's why the president of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez, he was like, ain't no backing out of the Super League. He was like, this is a binding contract. So we'll see what the courts have to say about this, but no one's fucking leaving.
Look, man, I mean, when everybody goes back, when the fans get back, it'll all be fine. Like, he just needs to wait it out. I don't think he's used to not, like losing so much money. He's not used to losing so much money. He's like, yo, this is crazy right now. Welcome to poverty, homie. It's all good.
They're sick of, like, all these American owners got introduced, and they're like, wait a minute, why aren't we making, like, as much money as we are in the NBA and the NFL? We're making a tenth of as much amount of money? Why? Right. Oh, because we played fucking Osasuna and Recreativo Huelva and Cadiz and Elche and all these teams that your average fan can't even name one player on. Yeah. And he's like, bro, we got to hold up, guys. Yeah. How is it worth $2 billion, but I'm not making any money?
Yeah. But like we said before, like, soccer was made for poor people, man. It wasn't made it didn't come from rich, owners owning teams. The shit came from like factory workers, dock workers and stuff like that, It's not, pretty much, yeah. Fishers, like the shit is, they had part-time jobs when they first started. They were playing soccer and doing another job. It's not for the rich, homie.
You're absolutely right, man. So did you see, kind of got swept underneath the carpet was they pushed in the Champions League reforms to put the 10 games in the group stage, do the Swiss model, all this stuff we were talking about on the previous pod. But because of the Super League, no one's talking about the reforms to the Champions League and all this other stuff. That kind of skated in behind like a drafting car that's waiting to pass in NASCAR or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad that the Super League shook some shit up because maybe we can look at how, the reform is with Champions League and how FIFA are governed and kind of change up everything for the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does make sense.
I wouldn't get your hopes too high, Terry.
Nah, I mean, I don't expect anything to happen, but at least by, like, the players, talking about it, then some shit might change. Because, I mean, the fans, we can stop something, but if the players wanted to go, we know that it was going to happen,
How about this idea, Terry? Fucking 2 different group stages in the Champions League. There's a preliminary group stage, and then there's a secondary group stage. And then after that shit, it's no 2 legs. It's just straight up one game.
Yeah,
the final.
I'm down with that. You know what I'm down for though? I literally just want a straight up one and done. Like seed up the teams, like best records or like best where you've stood in your league. Just have it seeded out and then just do one and done. Like NCAA, that's the
so that's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna have 32 teams or whatever for the first group stage, then for the next joint, have 16. And then after it played whatever a group stage of those 16 teams, and then seed them for the one for the single elimination tournament based on the results in that second group stage.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. But honestly, like,
and that way all the best teams are playing each other more. You know what I mean? Because you're getting the competitors, or you're getting the winners playing each other again instead of fucking Sporting Lisbon against Galatasaray.
Yeah, I mean they have those games, but the thing about I like the NCAA tournaments, bracket thing. That's probably the best format for me, but one and done is a little tricky. Sometimes you get lucky on one day. But I will say, like, the Champions League and, like, the World Cup and, like, the Euros, like, doing the group stage thing and then, like, knockout rounds in 2 legs, the team that wins at the end is the best team in soccer, and there's, like, no debate about it. I mean, you might get a lucky draw here and there, but you fought your way to the end, and you deserve that shit. Like, I'm not going to say any other team should have got it. You're the standout winner. You won 18 games. Basically, you won 18 games to get there.
No. Ghana must go. Absolutely not.
You don't agree?
What if we go the other way, Terry? What if we made the World Cup final a best-of-7 series?
Like the NBA.
Argentina has to play Netherlands 6 times.
Nah, man. Don't nobody try to see that. Soccer, they're not trying to see that. They don't want to see that.
There's too many adjustments, man.
Yeah. I mean, but, like, honestly, if we get to the Final Four, like the semifinals, I don't need to see 2 legs for the semis.
All straight elimination.
It's interesting to watch because it's 2 different strategies for, like, the games. But I feel like it just messes – some people just don't know how to handle it. And I don't like the way you can play totally
speaking as a City fan, huh?
You know it.
Some people, a.k.a. Pep Guardiola.
Well, I think it's fucking dumb that one game you can just play straight out. And then the next game it'll be like, 3-0 or whatever. And then the other team's just like, well, we're up. We're not going to try to play soccer. We're just going to kick it out and play defense the whole game. I always hated it. I've always hated it. But
I don't like people who attempt not to play soccer. Regardless of where it is. But I think between you and I, Terry, all they need is for us to put our heads together and we'll fix this whole fucking thing, man.
Oh, I got
all you want, more higher stakes in the bigger games, right? And then more bigger games like against less shitty people.
Yeah.
Right?
Get this shit. Like, if you can eliminate the garbage teams as early as possible and as quickly as possible. I'm tired of seeing like freaking Zenit.
Here we go again. All right. So, usually you have to play everyone in your group twice.
Yeah.
Go to the next joint. Now you only play everyone in your group once. Then we make the cut. Then you have the second group stage. Then it's seeded. Then it's single elimination.
I can mess with that. But the thing,
fix the fucking Champions League. You wait.
Yeah.
You guys know my number. Hit me up.
Possibly. I also think like they're being fair and like letting 2 teams from like Scotland or whatever go, but like you could probably even shorten it. You don't need to expand it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't have a problem with it if we're not going to waste too much time in a group in the beginning group.
Yeah, the group stages are a really long time.
If Rangers gets in there and they played 3 games in the first group stage and they come out with more points than Napoli, sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
They're
is.
They're going to get waxed in the next round anyway. It doesn't matter. They're going to finish as the 16th seed and play fucking Man City or Bayern Munich in the first round. So
yeah, I mean, see, the thing I like about the Champions League, in which some people don't, is not a whole lot of Cinderella stories with that shit. Not recent. Like since they made the actual Champions League. Like,
well, wait a minute. I hate the way that like we start talking about soccer in the way that like now this shit is like Cinderella stories for clubs that used to be powerhouses. Like since we started watching soccer, Porto won the Champions League with Jose Mourinho.
That was a good team.
Ajax came all the way to the final. Inter Milan won it. There's someone else I'm missing as well. Pathetico came all the way to the final. So, Atalanta made it to the last to the semifinals. What was it?
I think they made it to quarters, I believe.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look.
Now we'd be saying like all this Cinderella story stuff, but like these were teams that were actually challenging to win it 15, 20 years ago. And just because the way the money has gone, it's like created well, there are only 12 teams that have a chance of winning it.
Yeah.
And these teams, there is going to be no like the closest thing we've seen is Leipzig with Julian Nagelsmann. That's like this team that came out of nowhere. That's like, whoa, they're playing with the big boys. But I don't know if we're going to see another 2003 FC Porto Mourinho style where some comes out of some small country and smacks everybody.
Nah, probably not. I mean, but with that being said, though, if you have talent, you're going to win. Like, soccer is not like you get lucky in 6 straight games. That's not going to happen. Like, oh, we got a nice hot form of destroying everybody. Like, nah, the players you have are good, so you're going to win the games. Like, that Porto squad had – like 6 guys or 7 guys that got signed to way bigger clubs, and then Jose Mourinho is like probably one of the better coaches ever, So it's like they had a good team. It's not gonna be some lucky shit. You're gonna have a good team if you're gonna win.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be unheralded players, but not. Yeah, as you could tell, like the most expensive teams in the world aren't always necessarily the best.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, ask Arsenal about that.
Hey, I wanted to bring something else to you up. I don't know if you saw, but Hansi Flick, the coach of Bayern Munich, has stepped down at the end of the season. He's going to coach the German national team.
Yeah.
Julian Nagelsmann, the coach of Leipzig, just signed today to replace him at Bayern Munich.
Ooh. That's a sneaky one. I mean, look, do we care who the coach of Bayern Munich is, though? They're going to win.
I do, and this is why.
Why?
Because Leipzig has turned into a legitimate third team.
Yeah.
And now that shit is over already. He's going to take all his players with him to Bayern Munich that are any good. Upamecano has already signed a pre-agreement. Konate has allegedly already signed a pre-agreement.
So they're all leaving and they're going to Bayern?
Yeah, bro. All the good players are going to go with him to Bayern, and then Leipzig is just going to suck again.
What happened to Leipzig, though? I thought they were owned by Red Bull and, are billionaires. I thought they were just as rich as Bayern is.
Yeah, but they're not just as rich as Bayern. They are owned by billionaires, but they own 2 teams, and all the profile of the coaches they're getting are, young, up-and-coming dudes. But now they're, a feeder team for that shit, the way that, they used to be the same way they are for players. You know what I mean? Like, Julian Nagelsmann he was the hottest name in the whole coaching world.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, he is.
He's not going to stay at Leipzig and be like, let's build this thing from the ground up all the way.
I mean, they were really good. I mean, that's the only thing I don't like about soccer sometimes, bro. It's like, why can't a team just be a powerhouse? Just stay with the team and just be good. You always have to go to these top 12 teams. Like, you have to be signed by them.
It pisses me off, bro, because now look what happens again. This is another team that was relevant, and it was in the semifinals last year. And now for the next 10 years, they're going to be fucking irrelevant again, just the way that they were before. The same way that Schalke is irrelevant now. The same way that Werder Bremen is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
The German league cannot get out of its own way, dude.
It's like Bayern. It's almost like Bayern just destroys the league because they always buy all the players. But they do
Anyone who's good who plays for any team other than Bayern is going to go to Bayern at the end of the season.
Well, that's the thing. See, a lot of the top teams in other leagues do the same shit, but Bayern's just seems way more egregious. Yeah. Literally, every single dude that's the best player is oh, yeah, we'll take him. We'll give you $40 more million that you could get with your other team. And as a player, you're just damn. Right. Yeah, it's I'm all about loyalty, but damn, if you give me that much money, I have to go. I'm not just gonna be loyal. That's stupid as shit.
And now we're at a spot. Bayern has won 9 out of the last 10 Bundesligas. Look at France. PSG has won 9 out of the last 10 Farmers Cups or whatever they call that shit.
League 1.
Yeah, whatever. League. The only people who didn't win were the fans.
I mean, the French league.
But that's like 2 major leagues, right? 18
Yeah.
out of the last 20 championships have been won by 2 teams. That's
Yeah.
not good for soccer.
No, that's not. But like, well, the thing about Bayern is they actually have a chance to win the Champions League, you know, and PSG more recent than not. But I'm fine if your team is a powerhouse that like does it. I'm fine if you can win the Champions League. I'm fine with you doing it. But if your team is just winning the league and just getting bounced in the round of 16,
Yeah.
and it's like disperse your wealth, bro, because you're wasting time.
I wonder what this means for Tyler Adams.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It might be one of those things where like he ends up playing like the normal American thing. They just play for a middle grade team.
It seemed like he was destined for more than that because his coach Nagelsmann has talked him up a bunch this past season and everything about like how crucial he is to the side and ability for multiple positions and his growth. And he's improved so much as a player. I would really hate to see him backslide under some nameless German manager who's like trying to put a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully it doesn't.
Him, I get the fuck up out of there. I'm not waiting to see what the replacement does at all.
Yeah. Whatever you do, just don't go to MLS.
No.
Stay over there.
No. He's way better than that.
Yeah, just stay over there. You'll be all right. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But Super League is no more, man.
Super League, finished. Unless you ask Florentino Perez, in which case it's legally binding and is still happening.
Hey, look, he said I'll start it with 4 teams. I don't care.
It's just fucking pathetico Real Madrid and Barcelona playing each other fucking 40 times a year.
Oh, my God. It'd be so dumb. It'd be so stupid, man.
No, there's got to be some other fourth team to like put in there, like Monaco or somebody stupid.
Sneak it
Somebody
out.
who doesn't have a proper league. Whoever is in the like the best team in the rest of the world category in FIFA.
Oh, yeah. Orlando Pirates.
Yeah. The Kaiser Chiefs. Let's put them in.
Uproot. If they uproot some team, they're just like how you do with like Atlanta United on FIFA. Just them. Like, oh yeah, we're moving you to Europe so you can join us. Yep. Come on, Chinese Super League, join us.
Guangdong Tigers. They're finally making their impact felt.
Some Saudi Arabian teams like Iniesta. You want to see Iniesta back?
First of all, he plays in Japan. But your point is received.
He's irrelevant. Dude, he probably makes so much money now. It's like crazy.
Dude, have you seen him at all in the Japanese league, too?
I don't watch any of that.
He's as soon as you leave these motherfuckers so bad.
I am totally against the Super League, but honest to God, as soon as you leave a Big 6 league and you don't play in the MLS,
not watching you at all.
Can't watch you play. Like, I'm not doing it.
I've just seen highlights. I'm not gonna lie, the shit still pops up on Barca's feed.
Really? He probably
not like I'm checking for Vissel Kobe's social media.
He's probably dusting them, right? He's killing those guys, right?
Yeah, he can't even run. He's scoring like 20 goals a season. He never scored in La Liga his whole career.
No, damn, that's crazy. I mean, he's world class, bro. He's one of the best midfielders of all time. So I get it.
Your touch doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, nah. Like, I would love to play pickup with him.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, he'd make everybody look stupid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially Haji. He'd make Haji look dumb as fuck.
Oh man.
Shout out Haji.
He'd find him the man with the yellow hat. Well, I'll tell you one thing for certain, Terry.
Yeah.
There's going to be somebody looking stupid on Thursday once those bright cameras cut on at the NFL draft.
NFL draft, baby.
Yep. If we have any indication on who it's going to be based on recent history, I think we could say it's the Jets.
Most likely.
Right. So in the NFL draft coming up this Thursday, the order is set, and pretty much so are the first 3 picks. Now,
pretty much.
There's been a lot of debate about whether Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Mac Jones is going to go number 3 of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Who traded up from the Dolphins to that spot. But we don't know, but they know. So as far as all intents and purposes, are concerned, the draft has already been like 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
They already know where they're going. So
Uh-huh.
the draft starts with my Falcons at 4, baby. Now,
So you think it's a straight given that Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jags?
he going to the Jags for sure. Like this is such a given that they already have been like donating money to each other's charities.
Oh,
Like
really?
Trevor Lawrence donated like $50,000 to a Jaguars charity.
Hey, what do you think about him talking about he doesn't love football or whatever, or it's not like his only focus in life and that type of shit or something?
Hey man, what do we say about Anthony Edwards? Right? The shit doesn't change just because he looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is
All
true.
right? They're supposed to be there. Even you could argue a quarterback in football is more important to the team than any position in basketball. So
Yeah, it is.
So if your shooting guard was saying that, it's like I had red flags. If your quarterback is saying that, I got fucking 6 flags, red flags. I got a bald dude who's dancing in front of my apartment.
Spinning them flags. I mean, bro, here's the thing, though. Like, I mean, Andrew Luck retired. You know? It happens.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You brought up a great freaking point, Terry. So the Colts, what did they do? They said, hey, we're going to have the next 15 years locked up with Andrew Luck. So what did they do? They pushed Peyton Manning out the back door where he won a fucking Super Bowl the next year, right? Yeah. So they could get 15 years of Andrew Luck, but 15 years turned into 5 years.
Yeah. What was he, like 7 years, right? He stayed for about 7, right? Or was it
that long?
He's been in the league for a while, dude. Because you got to think about it. He went to the playoffs, I think, like his 2nd year. And it may be longer than like 7 years, honestly. But here's the thing. If you're going to draft this dude, he says he doesn't love football, you better make the shit as fun as possible for him. Do not fuck up like the Colts did, and don't get any offensive linemen. Don't draft defenders when you saw Andrew Luck got sacked 70 times in a season. Make sure he's on the field, having fun, throwing targets that are like, open and shit. Don't let this dude get destroyed all year and be like, oh, it's all good. We'll get somebody for you next year. And then draft a fucking running back. And you're
right.
Like, okay.
Keep getting his ass beat.
Yeah, like you just want me to die. Hey, man. I don't know. Just be careful. Jacksonville, just be careful.
My thing is, I think they got to be careful about Urban Meyer, bro. This ain't college, dude. We've seen these rah-rah guys who are like, this is my way or the highway, and I know what I'm doing, and there's no collaboration. They're like, I won 5 national championships, and you guys need to listen.
Yeah.
Dude, these are grown men trying to take each other's jobs. We're trying to send each other's kids to different schools. Yep. There's so much wrapped up in this. You're not going to be able to go into an NFL locker room and command respect without giving it.
Oh, yeah.
Expect that your all your accomplishments are going to have all these dudes looking up at you with Bambi eyes trying to follow your every move. It's not going to work like that. You got to manage these egos and treat men like men. And we saw with Chip Kelly and with a whole bunch of these other college dudes, that shit ain't going to fly, the my way or the highway stuff.
Nah, you definitely saw it with even though the dude from San Francisco, what's the guy's name with his brother Harbaugh?
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's like because with college kids they rotate. You get a new batch of kids every couple years, but the pro dudes are just like, I signed a 6-year contract here. You can't just be a dick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And you just kids are dependent on you. It's like, well, if you don't listen to what I say, I won't play you, and then you won't get drafted. But meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence is like, well, I just signed a 5-year, $80 million deal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be around.
And if you say the same thing every game, come on, guys, we can do it. Let's go. And you're just like, dude, say something else. Like, just
I deal with the Al Pacino any given Sunday takes.
Yeah, right. It's like, dude, it can't be the biggest game of our life every Sunday.
Guys, we're playing the Texans fucking week 4. I mean, never put their nose to the grindstone. This is what we've been preparing for all year.
Oh my God.
To play Texans minus Deshaun Watson.
It's like, Coach, we're gonna win. It's fine. Just shut up.
Or coach, or we're not going to win, and we're going to get another high draft pick in 2 years. You're going to get fired, and we're going to play for a different coach.
Yep. Hey, we'll see how it goes. So, Andrew,
But to your point, bro, there have been a lot of criticism, especially around like the black quarterbacks. Look at Justin Fields, the whole like, does he really love football? Is he always the first dude in and the last dude out and all that stuff? But with Trevor Lawrence, the golden boy, it's like he says he doesn't even care about football like that, and everyone's just like, oh, well, you know, he's won everywhere he goes. You know, people have passions in all type of facets, but meanwhile, at the same time, these people are like, you know, maybe if Damian Lillard spent less time recording mixtapes and more time working on his pick and roll game, then the Blazers would get to the conference finals.
Yeah, maybe. I've never heard that shit about Dame, but I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But the quarterback thing is so crazy to me, like the black quarterback shit, because if you look around the league now, it's like, what, 5 out of the top 15 are black, or 5 out of the top 10 are like black quarterbacks. And they're just like, I don't know if he loves it like that. I'm not sure if he's good. You know, we don't know. I'm just like, all right, you guys continue to do that while we win Super Bowls over here. You know, that's why the Bears didn't draft fucking Patrick Mahomes. Oh my God. That was like,
wait a minute. You traded up to take him. You traded up to take him at 2. You were afraid that he was going to go at 2. You traded from 3 to 2 to take Mitch Trubisky.
Guys, let me get you in on the story. Fat guys are starting to run 4.6s. Middle linebackers could run 4.3s. All right, you can't just have this stoic figure 6'7" guy who can't move in the pocket and just slang it all day. That's not happening.
Hey, tell me to Tom Brady, the Super Bowl winner.
He didn't play great though. His defense won him the game.
Oh, come on, man. He was playing pretty great, especially throughout the playoffs.
Nah, I don't think so. He didn't play that great to me.
Listen, man, if you look at the 4 quarterbacks that were in it at the end, and this is almost always this way, it's not the dudes who are picking up all the yards with their legs. It's the dudes who are most comfortable in the pocket. So I understand what you're saying, that like the statue back there doesn't look cool. But if you don't know how to do the shit in the pocket, you're not going to be good in the NFL.
Who was it? It was Mahomes, Brady.
Mahomes, Josh Allen, Brady, and
Rodgers, right?
And Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
3 of them are mobile.
No, I'm not. Whoa. We're conflating 2 different things.
You're saying like running and getting yards like a lot. Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying like you got to learn how to play the position from the pocket first.
Yeah.
And then once things break down, then you use your legs.
We're on the same page with that one. I'm just saying like.
But I'm saying that's the reason Josh Allen was in there and Lamar Jackson wasn't, because Lamar Jackson 3 years in a row when it's going to be playoff time couldn't sit in a pocket and make the necessary throws.
Yeah, if
things break down, then you can escape and do all that stuff. Yeah. But you got to be able to do the rudimentary stuff first.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Tom Brady is different because he's not dumb. Like he doesn't allow himself to just get clobbered. He'll either throw it away, throw it in the dirt, or he rolls out or just slides. Like he's not just sitting there. Like Andrew Luck was probably one of the dumbest ones I've seen. Cam Newton is pretty dumb with it too.
I gotta say, Matt Ryan is too. As a Falcons fan, Matt Ryan be taking some huge ass fucking hits.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Even though Tom Brady isn't mobile, and I still think you have to be like these days. You have to be a little bit mobile. You have to be able to move and like slide and like do things. But Tom Brady is just smart. Everybody else likes to get fucking clobbered for some reason. I don't know why.
He's got that pocket mobility where it's like he just kind of steps around in there and doesn't get sacked, but he's not like outrunning anybody at all.
Yeah, and I mean like, even the guys that were like slingers like that, like Brett Favre was really good at like moving around in the pocket. Peyton Manning is really good at like that. You don't ever see those dudes getting destroyed. Like you see these idiots that run around and get smacked. I'm not talking about those guys.
RG3.
RG3, yeah. Those guys are stupid. So Trevor Lawrence is going 1. Who's the sure number 2 pick then?
Zach Wilson, the kid from BYU.
The BYU kid, huh?
Now, this is how I said the Jets. You almost got to look at them first as you're fucking this up, because the Jets see a dude who played against a bunch of nobodies for 1 year in college and faced zero adversity, and they're like, let's take him over Justin Fields, who like everyone thought was right there with Trevor Lawrence for 2 years in college. And smoke Clemson in the semifinals.
Yeah. He's good. See, the thing about Fields is they got that like Ohio State quarterbacks are trash in the league kind of stain on them, you know? It's not his fault, but like for what, like the last 15 years, the evidence is just there. You know what I'm saying? You can't like, it's just there. It's hard to say if he's going to be good or not. He looks good, but damn, Terrell Pryor looked good. Even before him, like Troy Smith looked good back in the day. That was like
Troy Smith looked real good.
Yeah, like those dudes look good. Even Haskins looked pretty freaking good. The dude for the Redskins.
Cardale Jones.
Yeah, like all those dudes look really good, but they're just complete garbage.
Yeah, I agree. I think it does have to give you some cause for pause, though. But with this Wilton kid, the thing that would give me the most cause for pause is it's easy to see people perform at a high level when everything is working together and the machine is oiled smoothly, and you're kind of like a front runner. But it'll tell me more about like who you are and how successful you're going to be, I believe, to see how you deal with that adversity and how you pick yourself off the mat, how you make adjustments when things are not going well around you. Yeah, I would never pick somebody at 2 who I never saw how they face adversity, who were just riding high the whole time. Because I tell you what, that's not going to happen in the NFL. No. Like the NFL, they always said that shit stands for not for long, and that league has a way of humbling you because you were getting hit by grown ass men.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. Like when you get drafted, like 1 through I'd say like 10, all those teams are complete garbage, and it's really hard to turn it all the way around with one person because it takes a full team pretty much for you to really turn it all the way around, you know?
Yep.
It's always a test of your character when you lose, bro. And if you're losing a lot of games, that shit is tough. Just ask Cam Newton about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because he hated losing. He looked like the worst teammate ever, but he's just like, I mean, do you like to lose? Like, what do you want me to say?
Hey, man, it's about how you do it. I still think that press conference after the Super Bowl, that's just going to stick with him forever.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really bad loser, but I mean, Tom Brady is a bad loser too, but it's not just about the one player. It does take an organization to be good.
The only difference between Cam Newton and Tom Brady is one does a lot more losing than the other.
Yeah. But my favorite thing about Tom Brady is like when he wins, he goes to the middle and he'll shake your hand like a man. When he loses, he walks off the field and he's like, don't talk to me. I'm not interested in your conversation.
He does do that shit.
Yeah.
And I liked how he was giving it to Honey Badger, too, in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He must have called him something crazy because they did not let that shit out. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, as long as it's like nothing involving the N-word, you know, go for it. Whatever you want to say.
He probably hit him with a smooth, nice F. You know what I'm talking about? He hit him with that nice little
the maggot?
Yeah, hit him with that flamer, boy. Hit him with that heater. And Tyron's like, son.
Turn on the heater. Well, speaking of the heater, bro, this is why everyone has the Jets taking Zach Wilson. Is because he's getting all these Pat Mahomes comparisons for his arm that he can like throw it any type of which way, fucking submarine like Greg Maddux and over the top, and he can make all the throws off his back foot and look into the sideline and all this other shit.
I mean,
he's clearly super talented. Like there's no doubt about it. But just in my times, like, because for a lot of times, like the Falcons are at 4, so I had to look at all these quarterbacks because, like, you don't never know who's gonna fall. Only thing you know for certain is Trevor Lawrence is going 1.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you see his interviews and stuff, he seems like he has this Baker Mayfield-esque cockiness to him.
Oh yeah. White boy swag.
White boy swag, but I'm not sure it's like as warranted. Like Baker Mayfield was like balling out in college.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
For multiple years.
Did he win a Heisman?
He might have.
I think he won it. One of the two, but he was a finalist. Zach Wilson is like, bro, you played with a bunch of fucking Mormons or whoever up at BYU.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've never had 3 shots at tequila before.
Yeah. True.
You don't know how you're going to react to the league, and coming in like Mr. Big Britches, like I got all the talent, and you guys are about to like fit in. I don't know if people are going to be too receptive to that.
Isn't he like one of these one and done kids as well?
Yeah,
Like
he only played 1 year. Or no, he played 2 seasons. Last season was really good, and then the season before that, he sucked.
Did he he got hurt, right? Or something?
I don't think so.
No? I could have sworn I heard like he got hurt. But like I don't like dudes that are just good for 1 year. They for some reason, like in my mind, I can't think of a guy that just bursted onto the scene 1 season and then was actually really good. Like in the NFL for his whole career. You know what I'm saying? All the USC guys. Sanchez.
I got one. We'll see how it happens, but Joe Burrow.
Yeah. But I mean, he was still pretty good like the years before. You know,
he wasn't ranked as like he wasn't going to get drafted to like the 5th round, and then he went
not like top. But I mean, at least you knew who he was, kind of. Like he played for LSU. He was the quarterback for LSU. He was at Ohio State. You know, you knew who he was. I mean, I get what you're saying. It is early for him though, but we shall see. I don't like these one and done guys, and I don't like dudes from small schools.
Right?
Like BYU, look, Texas Tech was small, yeah, but at least they're still in like the Big 12 or whatever conference you want to call them. BYU is in what, like the Mountain Conference? I don't even know what conference they're in.
Right. The best team you play all year is Utah.
Yeah, probably. Even if they did, I think Utah's probably in the Pac-10, and that they probably played them like off season or some shit, or before the like your regular season.
They play them each year. It's a rivalry game.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, Utah, like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. My bigger problem with this whole thing, and which is why I like making fun of the Jets, is that they like. It's not that I have a problem with Zach Wilson. It's that they like narrowed in on him and decided that they were going to pick him like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
Like a month before the draft.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be the Joe Flacco thing too. You never know.
What do you mean?
Like Joe Flacco, nobody heard about him until like the draft was coming up, and then teams are just like, "You haven't seen this 6'5" dude that's like slinging it all over the place at Delaware," and everyone's like, "No, who the hell is that?" And then once you just like start the positive momentum, they're just like, "Yep, we're getting this guy."
You know, we're trading up to number 2 for Mr. Trubisky.
Yeah, like oh god, he was a one and done guy too. One good year at UNC, and everybody's like, "Ooh, this kid's good."
Except Larry Fedora. Larry Fedora, when I asked him about what was it, Trubisky, they're like, well, you know, if he goes to the right system with the right pieces around him, good play calling.
You need the perfect situation.
Right, and the Bears are like, oh, we can't pass up on this. Patrick Mahomes, take a seat.
Hell yeah. But you're right though. It is weird though. They just can't get rid of the NFL loves this fucking prototypical motherfucker, bro. They love the 6'5", 240 stud.
Well, that brings us to pick number 3, Terry, with the San Francisco 49ers, who traded up into that spot for the Dolphins. It is widely speculated that they will be picking Mac Jones from Alabama, a 6'5", statuesque white dude.
Yep.
Over Justin Fields. Over Trey Lance.
Name one Alabama quarterback besides Joe Namath that's really good. And he wasn't even that good.
Greg McElroy.
Hell no. He's a backup in the league for 10 years.
Right?
Like, seriously, bro. One. Give me one.
You can't.
Tua might be the best one they got. And he was a rookie last year, right? So what are we going to do? Alabama quarterback.
His system hasn't been like quarterback friendly. Like,
no.
It's never been like you're going to come in and put a bunch of numbers up. It's always like we're going to hand the ball off 30 times a game and run, you know what I mean? A bunch of play action. And for 50 points because our offensive line is going to block everyone 6 yards back every play.
Nick Saban knows exactly what he wants in a team. He gets all his offensive linemen from the dirty South or Nebraska. He gets a running back that's the best ever. He gets one wide receiver that's like the most talented one in the world. And then his quarterback is just some kid. Some kid.
Hey, but
throw it.
The shit always wins, though. When you build your team through your lines, when you have a dominant O-line and D-line, you're always going to be in it every year.
But nobody wants to think like that. So it's all about the quarterback.
Right?
It's all about the quarterback, but somehow Alabama has won, what, like 6 national championships with not one great quarterback.
Yep.
We shall see. Tua was good, though. I like
Well,
Tua.
I'll say this: Devontae Smith, who won the Heisman, who played with both Tua and Mac Jones,
Mac Jones,
said that Mac Jones is a better quarterback.
Hey,
And
I mean, we'll
if
see.
you look at his stats, bro, I mean, it's pretty impressive. He's like 75% completion percentage.
Yeah, that is what I like about him, too. He didn't, like, even though Devontae Smith won the Heisman, it didn't seem like he just eyed on him, like, all the time. He spread it out.
Because he was good. Jalen Waddle was killing it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Najee Harris caught, what, like 70 balls or something like that?
60-something. I think he got like 62 or 63, but, like, I mean,
Yeah.
he can throw. He's decently mobile, so, like, he might end up being okay.
Matt Ryan, and I see it.
Possibly.
Matt Ryan was the third pick in 2008.
Yeah.
That was the year Michael Vick went to prison.
Let's
and
go.
we finished 4-12. The next season, picking Matt Ryan, his rookie year, we went 10-6 to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see. He's a little more mobile than Matt Ryan, I'll say. Well, at least it looks like it.
Yeah, he is. He ran like a 4.75 or something like that.
Something like that. It's not like he's not a blazer.
That's good enough, to be honest, for like a quarterback. I think that's plenty fast if you're not a dude who's going to be trying to beat him with your legs anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a big dude.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's fast enough. He's fine. You know.
Be good. So the thing is, here at 3, it's like if you're Kyle Shanahan, what do? Like, do you go? This is like the Kirk Cousins RG3 thing when he was with the Redskins. He's like, who do I play? You know what I mean? There's the one dude who processes information so quickly, and then there's the other dude who can just do things with his legs that 2 other players in the league can do.
So, well, yeah, it's just one of the things where, like, Fields is more of like the guy that Shanahan would want, like, in his system, like mobility wise and all that type of stuff. But then there's Mac Jones, who has a fantastic arm. Like, he can sling it, but he doesn't necessarily fit like what he does as far as like rollouts and bootlegs and shit like that. So, I mean,
I think ultimately they choose Mac Jones at 3. I think he's fast enough for the bootlegs. You got to remember, Matt Ryan won an MVP playing under Kyle Shanahan's system.
Yeah, he did.
He was doing all the bootlegs and rollouts and play action stuff. I don't think 22-year-old Mac Jones is any slower than 34-year-old Matt Ryan.
I would say no, probably not.
Right. Although you see those Tom Brady combine tapes, and you're like, whoa, anything is possible.
Dude, everybody hates on Tom Brady so much, bro, just because he's so slow. And you're just like, is he good at anything else besides throwing a freaking football?
No,
probably not.
He's real good at not eating strawberries.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think they should take Justin Fields, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, here's when the draft really starts, Terry. All right. We're at the number 4 spot. My Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. Are we going to be looking for the next successor?
The next Matt Ryan?
No, the next Michael Vick. Dude, you know how bad Atlanta wants another black fast quarterback? Like, that's the only reason they want to get rid of Matt Ryan.
They don't like the way he plays.
They don't like playing with us on men. That's it.
I mean, like, Matt Ryan is just so – his game is so predicated about, like, things that are around him, you know? He's not like some special talent. Like, everything around him has to be great in order for him to just be good. You know what I'm saying?
For him to be great, I think. But he's not one of these dudes that's going to get it done with no weapons and no line, and it's just out here in the sandlot making things happen. Yeah,
which is kind of crazy because he played at Boston College, and the team wasn't even, like, that good. He literally pulled that team up by his bootstraps, straight up. But the NFL is just different.
I think there's a lot of Matt Ryan hate out there. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, and that's good enough.
Yeah, I guess. But
he's not the best in the league, nor is he ever going to approach it. but he's good enough to take you to the Super Bowl, as we've seen.
I mean, but here's
people always say he's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Well, he's good enough to get us up by 25 points. All he had to do was run the ball. That wasn't Matt Ryan's fault.
I mean, look, man, you're gonna receive hate if you lose and you were up 28-3. You know, it is what it is. Like,
Fair enough. It's just not all on him. It's not all on Blake.
it's all Matt Ryan, bro. He's trash. To put like he won an MVP, so he's not like it's not like he's horrible. Like he has a good arm. It's just for some reason, you know, he's just more inconsistent than a normal person.
Wildly. So yeah. This is the choice here, right? At 4.
Yeah.
Do you take the 4th quarterback in a row, the 4th quarterback on your board, or do you take the best overall non-quarterback on your board?
What do you think? You're the fan. You're the guy who has.
I've vacillated on this so many times because it's like you don't have an opportunity usually too many times to like pick in the top 4 and get a generational quarterback for 15 years, which Justin Fields definitely could be.
Possibly.
It's possible. It's possible.
Who's your backup quarterback? That's the question. Who is it?
We don't have one.
All right.
We literally don't have one on the roster. It's
Okay.
just Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Matt Schaub retired, and then we cut the 3rd quarterback. Someone's drafting somebody. Like, I don't know if it's going to be with the 4 pick or if it's going to be in the 5th round. But we're drafted somebody.
You don't have to take a quarterback here. Like, you don't have to.
No. I think, personally, I'd stay at 4 and I'd take Kyle Pitts.
Is that a defender?
Kyle Pitts is the tight end from Florida.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
People say he's like the best tight end prospect since Justice Winslow Kellen Winslow Sr.
Really?
Yeah. They say he's the best prospect since Kellen Winslow Sr.
Kellen Winslow Sr., like the dad?
Not Hall of Famer, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard like a lot of people were saying he's the best tight end like that's ever come out. I'm just like,
He is the longest wingspan ever recorded in the NFL.
I mean, he's a beast, but so much is predicated on your quarterback throwing the ball.
He's running a 4.4. He's 6'6", 245.
It all sounds great, but if Matt Ryan can't get 2 seconds to throw the ball, does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Right. It takes you a good 2.5 seconds sometimes to do a route, like a deep route that looks good. You know,
you're absolutely right, Terry.
You guys need an offensive lineman.
That brings up the 3rd possibility for this pick, Terry. Penei Sewell, the left tackle from Oregon, who everyone is calling a generational prospect.
Yeah, he looks good. But that offensive line shit is not a given, though. It's not a given anymore.
I don't take a lineman top 4.
I'm not doing
it. You can pay a lineman in free agency to be a good lineman.
What did you just say 20 minutes ago? You said it starts from the inside out. Why don't you get somebody that's in the inside? Why not?
I think the replacement cost. Like, this dude is the best tight end prospect in 40 years. You know what I mean? No one's saying that, like, this tackle is the best tackle prospect in 40 years. They're like, he's probably the best tackle prospect in the last 5.
Okay.
All right? So, for me, it's like, don't miss on the generational talent. Take somebody at a position in need, right? Take the person who's going to be, like, the most impactful player and then shuffle the deck from there. No one has to say that we have to keep Julio Jones on our roster forever. If we have to rock with Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, and Julio Jones. We can trade Julio Jones for a left tackle.
First of all, Julio Jones isn't even on your roster because he can only play fucking 6 games in the season. So you don't even have.
That was only last season. It's so ridiculous how people say this shit. He missed 3 games in 5 years before last season.
Hey, I don't be seeing him on the field. That's all I'm saying.
He does take a lot of snaps off in the game, though. I will say that. He'll come out for like 2nd down for no reason.
Bruh, I mean, if the NFL, Why would I block somebody when I know the running back's not going to go more than 3 yards? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? My team is fucking 3-9. Like, why?
Why?
There's no need for me to do 60 snaps in a row, like hardcore 100%.
No.
Especially if you're him. He's the best wide receiver in the game.
Yeah.
And he's not given the chance to do it because his team is so bad.
I tell you what, though, tell me that isn't mouthwatering. Julio, Calvin Ridley, and the best tight end prospect in 40 years.
It's not mouthwatering if you don't get time to throw, son. It is not. Come on. Did we not?
It's going to be a lot of screens. It's going to be a lot of slants, drags, zigs.
Son, did we not just watch the Super Bowl? Now, Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. We can already say that.
Right.
It doesn't matter if he didn't get any time to throw. He couldn't get his targets. You know?
And where did they draft that left tackle? Number 1.
The guy who got hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, he got hurt.
And what did they do to him this offseason, Terry?
What?
They cut him and replaced him with a free agent. The same way that I'm advocating the Falcons do. Right?
Yeah, but you don't have Pat Mahomes. You have Matt Ryan, okay?
He's still an MVP within the last 4 years.
4 years? We're going back 4 years now in the not-for-long league? That's what we're doing?
He was 2017.
Get out of here, son. Come on.
He's still got plenty of talent, bro. We've been awfully coached.
He's got good talent.
On Matt Ryan.
He's got good talent. I'm just letting you know the simplest way to think about it is you got 2.5 seconds to throw, and he's only getting about 1.5, you know?
This is the other thing, dude. Our tackles are straight. So if we draft this dude, he'll have to play guard.
Or you don't think they'll move one of the more experienced guys to a position?
Nah, the motherfucker is too tall on the outside. He's too tall to play guard. He's 6'7", our right tackle. So he'll get out leveraged if he plays guard. So that's my ultimate thing is I'm not drafting a fucking guard at number 4 over the best tight end prospect in the history of football.
I hear you. No,
if he was left tackle and it was like, all right, this is a pillar position. He's gonna be watching his blind side forever.
Yeah,
we already got Jake Matthews, who's 30 years old.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but you think fat guys can just block fat guys? It's not easy to be an offensive lineman, bro.
I'm not
like you think it's really easy to be an offensive lineman, and I know you. You think you could just stand there and be like, "What? How do you get beat? You just stand there and put your hands out."
I don't. Harry, I played offensive line when I played football, and I got my motherfucking ass beat. That was horrible.
Just because you got short arms, bro. Your arms
exactly. Put me in a phone booth, and I can't do anything.
Hold on. Is that picture longer than your wingspan? Show me right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is.
Jesus Christ, man. You're so short. Your arms are so freaking short, man. Well, okay. Hey, I just wanted to know.
Listen, man, don't be making fun of me and then be asking me to buy you drinks with my land before time check that I'm getting later, okay?
Hey,
ultimately, man, this is where the draft starts, is at 4. And you're either going to take Fields or Lance, one of the 2 uber athletic quarterbacks, and be like, this is who we're going to pair with our new coach, and this is going to be the next 15 years. Yeah. Or you take Kyle Pitts, or you take Penei Sewell, or this is the most enticing option to a lot of people. Trade down to 9 with the Broncos or whatever. Pick up a corner or
a piece.
Pick up another piece and 2 first-rounders in the next couple of years.
I mean, do you have the stats in front of you? Like, how bad was y'all's defense? You're not thinking defender at all.
I'm not. We were so poorly coordinated, I think it's hard to tell. Also, we got rid of every safety who played for us last year. That was the first thing that our GM did is he cut all 4 of our safeties. So, like, the dude who's coming in to be our defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, he was the guy who coordinated the Ravens back in the day when they had the nastiest defense ever with Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. He was the dude who was the coordinator for the Titans back when they were going to the fucking like AFC Championship game and shit, and their defense is playing good. Then last year he like had a falling out with Mike Vrabel or something, and so he didn't coach the Titans, and so he took the year off and is now coming to coach us at the Falcons.
Okay.
So he's a legendary coach who like is going to put people in the right places.
Yeah.
On defense, we sorely need a pass rusher.
Oh my God, you guys' pass rush is so bad. Like watching the Falcons go with four-man pressure is just like the quarterback has 6 seconds to throw the freaking ball.
So it could be a one-man pressure as far as third. It's awful. But the way the draft fell out this year is like there are no good D linemen.
Not really.
Like, no one you're gonna take in the top 10.
Yeah, they don't have like it's not this year. There's no like generational dude.
Yeah, there's no studs.
Yeah.
And if we're going to take a defensive player, like everyone keeps saying the first defensive player off the board is going to be Micah Parsons from Penn State.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a middle linebacker who can't cover with the number 9 pick when we already have Deion Jones.
Yeah. Nah, that guy's actually good. Deion Jones is good. He's really good.
And so it's it's starting to get to the point like diminishing returns. It's like, you know what I mean? Am I going to take a bunch of dudes who are better than what we have in a roster now? Or am I going to take the Hall of Famer and next season I'll replace these shitty dudes with mid-tier free agents?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about football that's so weird. But I mean, it makes sense. Like, you can have a bunch of players that are like okay, but as long as they are, you got them in the right positions and in the right spots and with the right scheme, you can win games with those guys. If you already have a middle linebacker, there's no need for you to like draft a middle linebacker, like a great middle linebacker.
Yeah, and then play him at defensive end.
Yeah, like I mean, even I wouldn't go as far as to say like if Ray Lewis is on the board, don't draft him. But like if you have if you have Brian Urlacher, you're just like, I mean, we have Brian Urlacher. I know Ray Lewis is the best I've seen, but we already got this dude. He's fine, you know.
And you don't want to be drafting for need too much, but like at the same time, I just like let's simplify this shit, right? I think we're doing a lot of overthinking.
Yeah,
a Hall of Famer. You think this guy's going to be a Hall of Famer? Then take him.
They should, but you know football, man. They just out here filling spots. They're like, yo, we need a cornerback. We're drafting this cornerback. And you're like, bruh, but this guy is Cam Newton. Don't like, no. And hey, look, the Panthers drafted Cam Newton, and they honestly didn't need a quarterback. And you see what it did for their organization. They went to a Super Bowl. They had a good team for years, you know. Even though he's controversial, any team would rather go to a Super Bowl than draft some no-name cornerback that's going to be solid for you for 7 years and you not do anything.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is be like the Bears and have a terrific defense and have a whole team except for a quarterback.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
what you
much.
don't want to do.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want. This isn't college football, man. You can't just win with freaking defense and not a good quarterback.
And
you have to have
people. You're not going to be able to Nick Saban it and win with a bunch of Greg McElroys. No.
I mean,
that brings us to the next pick, number 5. This is like the biggest, I think, debate between what you're saying. Number 5 is the Bengals. They got Joe Burrow last year. Sitting at the board for them to choose on in this scenario is going to be the left tackle, Penei Sewell, or Joe Burrow's college teammate, Jamar Chase.
Who was he, quarterback? I mean, wide receiver?
He was a wide receiver who caught like 2,000 yards in his the year that Joe Burrow or whatever got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
They won the Bolitnikoff Award.
Yeah. Hey,
so you want to give him the best receiver in college, who he has rapport with and all the chemistry, or do you see that he got his fucking ass rocked last year and got hurt, and you get him the left tackle that's going to keep his ass upright?
It's a simple move for me. I'm going with the left tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, they still got AJ Green, right? He's still there.
No. Where'd he go?
Did he retire or is he done?
No, he went to go play somewhere else. Look it up. Okay. I forget where he went. He may have been to San Francisco or something goofy like that.
Possibly. But no brainer for me. What do you think?
I'd say Chase, the receiver.
Ooh, interesting.
See, the reason I'm saying this, Terry, is because you're going to be able, like the Bengals don't have a lot of players who they want on their roster in 3 years. Right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot of cap space to go out and you want to get a premier left tackle. You're going to have plenty of money to do that. If you want to even shore 2 or 3 positions up on your offensive line, you could allocate your resources and saying like, hey, next season we have 20 players coming off our cap who are not going to be around because they were part of 2 one-win teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're just going to take that money and we'll give it to a free agent, and we'll take the guy who we know they already have insane chemistry. You know, that Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase, that shit is Marvin Harrison to Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, man, but I'm just telling you, he got his
philosophy is right. Like, you got to make sure he can stand up to throw the ball. You can't throw the ball off your ass.
Son, he got his clock cleaned out, bro. Like, cleaned out, son. He needs an offensive line bad. Like, do not do the Andrew Luck. Please don't. Please don't do it. He retired after 6 years, bro. He couldn't take it anymore. And Joe Burrow's a big kid, but they got him good. You know? Like, I mean, it's simple for me. You can get a receiver that's good, man. You can find some black dude off the street, bro. No, I'm just playing. Receiver is a hard position, but I mean, you got to be able to stand up and throw, you know? That's all I'm saying.
You can't go wrong either way here. Yeah, I really don't think you can. Both these two dudes are on, like, as far as their prospects go, they're like all pros, possible Hall of Famers as far as how they're being evaluated. Yeah. So you can't go wrong either way. But the one thing you need to make sure you do, if you take Jamar Chase with the 5th pick, you better make sure with your 2nd round pick you go and get a fucking offensive lineman. Yeah, definitely. Like, most definitely. But I mean, so I'm looking. They still have AJ Green, but productivity. No, they don't. Am I fucking crazy? Where'd he go?
No, they do. His productivity has just dropped a lot, so you probably just forgot about him.
Man, I really thought that he was a free agent and he left.
He might have this year. He might have, like, maybe this year and he's going to go somewhere else. But
yeah. That's what I mean. Like, this upcoming season.
Okay. Yeah, he just hasn't been good. But as far as it looks like on Pro Football or whatever,
he plays for the Cardinals.
So he's with the Cardinals now?
The Cardinals. Yeah, he will be next season.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he was playing bad anyway, so it is what it is.
Talking about a dude who's always hurt.
Yeah, recently. So I mean, it's tough. It's tough. So that's your top 5. You can keep going down. We can talk about specific teams if you want, but
hey, let's talk about the Panthers real quick, because you know there's going to be a lot of people out here checking for what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think we know they're not going to take a quarterback after they did the Jets a favor by taking Sam Darnold off their hands.
You know what? The Panthers need a lot of things, but I think they should draft a quarterback.
I mean, they should have. I don't know why they made the trade for Sam Darnold when it's possible. Like, I'm looking at a mock draft right now. They're picking at 8, right?
Yeah.
You know who's getting picked in this mock draft at 9?
Who they got?
Trey Lance.
Oh my God.
You know who's going?
Trey Lance too. I like Trey Lance, bro. I like
Fields. And so they said, let's give up 4 picks so we can make sure we get Sam Darnold instead of either one of these guys.
Yo, what do you think? So the Patriots are going crazy in free agency this year. What do you think if they end up getting Justin Fields?
Oh,
I swear to God, if the NFL lets this happen,
I'm gonna be so fucking mad. I'll be so mad. I hope that if they get Justin Fields, my only hope would be that he just learns all Cam Newton's bad habits and he just sticks right next to Cam Newton. Cam Newton also grew up in Atlanta, like was an Atlanta boy who didn't go to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Also a dude who like crazy athletic talents, but never accused him of being sleeping inside his playbook. That's what you'd have to hope for is that Cam Newton takes him under his wing and starts teaching him how to sail 7-yard slants.
Yeah, Cam is so weird, bro, because like, people say that about him, but he studies and shit. He works out super hard. It's just like the talent just
Bill Belichick did say that he watched a lot of film. And
it's just like the talent. The talent just seems to be diminishing him, bro. It's just going away. It is what it is. Like, he's still decent.
He can throw.
Yeah, his shoulder, bro. I think that final shoulder surgery just destroyed him, dude.
Does anyone think that Cam Newton is like appreciably better than Colin Kaepernick?
Nah, dude, the Kaepernick thing is just.
They just won't do it. But yeah. We all know he's probably better than Cam Newton, to be honest.
Dude, Colin Kaepernick, it's so funny people forget. My man went to the
fucking Super Bowl.
He went to the Super Bowl. He went to the NFC Championship game 2 years straight.
3 years in a row.
3 in a row? Yeah, like he's
good. The NFC Championship game.
Son, who's the quarterback? Alex Smith. They replaced Alex Smith, who was literally doing just fine. Like, he was actually really good that year. And they're just like, you know what? Let's try out the kid. And the kid went to the playoffs. And the kid went to the Super Bowl. So,
did he play for BYU too?
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
I think it was like Nevada or something like that.
Okay. Another one of those weird schools out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but those schools always have like really fast quarterbacks that don't do shit like regular. Like all these like Steve Young and fucking who was Alex Smith.
Utah was good though because Urban Meyer was there. That's a little different. It's a little different, but they have fast quarterbacks. It's because your old linemen. Yeah, your old linemen weigh 270 pounds and they can't block anybody.
You gotta run for your life, homie.
Hell yeah, you gotta do all this trickeration.
Mm-hmm. So right here, or whatever, in this mock draft, it has the Panthers taking Rashawn Slater, who's a tackle out of Northwestern.
So they're getting an offensive lineman as well.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
They should, but the Panthers have a bad team.
I think they're gonna be tempted. I think they're gonna be tempted by Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I think they should take him. If he's not off the board by then, I think they should take his ass. Honestly, take the Heisman winner. Yeah. Don't make it hard. You need a wide receiver anyways.
This is something you've had to deal with a lot in your life, Terry. A lot of people are questioning like whether his shit is going to translate because of how skinny he is.
Oh, yeah. He is pretty slim.
He's 175 pounds. He'd be the skinniest receiver to get drafted in the last 25 years.
Marvin Harrison. Jerry Rice.
Way stronger than him. Jerry Rice, way stronger than him.
Yeah, but they were sticks when they first got into the league. They were sticks.
Not 170-pound sticks, bro.
They were pretty slim, bro. I'm not going to say they were big dudes. Like, they were small, man. I mean, he reminds me of, like, Randy Moss, though. He's so fast. He's different than those two only because he's way faster than them. Yeah. Devontae Smith is fast, man. He's really fast. So, yeah, he's skinny. But just don't make him do stupid routes.
Just as fast in pad as he does in short.
Yeah. Like, I'm saying – be smart when you get him. Don't have him do dumb routes where you think he's going to get, like, hammered. Like, that's why Nick Saban, he's not, like, a genius offensive guy. But, like, he's really good at knowing what his guys can do, and he lets them do things. Like, Devontae Smith was just doing deep-ass posts, go routes, and slants pretty much. He didn't do a whole bunch of, like, short routes and just you catch it and then you try to juke people and get smashed. He didn't do that to him. Do what Nick Saban did. He should be fine.
I tell you what, though, man, in the NFL, you're going to have to learn how to do everything because if you don't ever come across the middle, then you're going to be a number 4 receiver your whole career, buddy.
Possibly. But, I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, generational wide receivers usually translate, you know?
I think he's going to be just fine. I think he's going to be very good. If I were the Panthers, I'd take him. The one thing that you see on tape and a lot of people say as well is that, like, people just can't get their hands on him. They cannot jam him at the line of scrimmage. His releases are so polished off the line of scrimmage, and his balance as well.
Yeah. He made it look.
Sometimes his first step isn't even forward.
Yeah.
As you go to punch, he'll step back and then cross your face, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's one of the best wide receivers I've seen that has like one of the most boring highlight films. Like he doesn't do anything crazy. He's just so much faster than you. His routes are so crisp and clean. By the time you end up know what his route is, he's already a yard or two away from you, and by that time he's gone. He doesn't get caught from behind. He doesn't even look back. As soon as he gets it, he's just darting and he's out, dude. He's super fast, man.
He is. You can tell people are really fast when it looks like they're running slow, but then everyone else is like getting farther and farther away. Yeah.
Like,
when your sport makes it look like you're not trying to run hard, like you're just chilling, but you just see shit opening up, it's like, oh man.
See, the thing about him is like when you see someone coming at an angle to get you and you're running straight and that dude just holds up, he's just like, dude, he's gone. Like when you have an angle to get him and then you're just stopping, just like, damn, my man he's stupid fast.
Wait a minute. Harry, what would that angle be that I had to get Devontae Smith? What would the angle have to be for me to tackle him?
For you?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to be 50 yards ahead of him.
I have to be inside of his jockstrap.
Yeah, you have no chance of getting him. Not a single chance. You couldn't jam him at the line. He's too quick.
His arms are too long.
He would see you 20 yards ahead and be like, oh, I got him. I'm dusting him. He's gone.
Yeah, there's Terry, there's a reason I didn't make it at the high school level of football. All right? Much less the NFL level, okay?
Yeah, nobody mistook you for a great football player. I'll say that. It's all good.
But so physical as a soccer player.
Yeah. Soccer's different than football, man.
Yeah,
you know?
That's what they said. When I was playing soccer, I was fucking these kids up, bro. And all the parents were like, yo, you need to play football. And then I got there on that football field, and all the parents were like, you need to play soccer.
Yeah, you need to be the kicker. Yeah,
all right, man. Let's move on and do some NBA real quick, bro. I know where you want to start, buddy.
Oh, I mean, we can do what it do. Where we at on time, though? Let me check. Where we at on time? Hour in?
I think we're an hour in.
Bet.
All right.
But yeah. Oh, you want to go ahead and start with the? I'll save it.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for later. I don't want to get too.
All right.
I don't want to get too excited.
Well, let's start with Steph then. All right, let's go streaking, Terry.
Young streaky streak. My man is hot, dog. He is on fire right now.
Broke Michael Jordan's record for most consecutive 30-point games.
Yeah. How many games?
How is that not Wilt Chamberlain's record? What the fuck was Wilt Chamberlain doing not scoring 30 points in 9 consecutive games when you averaged 40 assists for a season?
I don't know. It's probably like a couple games he just hit 29, and then like the next couple games he scored like 52.
Yes, yet another reason why Wilt Chamberlain is a fucking bum.
He's in your top 10 though, right?
Nah, he's not in my top 10. No. Hey, you know who's above him now? The greatest warrior, Steph Curry, who passed Wilt Chamberlain in terms of scoring over the past week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, in like Warriors history?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, Wilt, he moved teams like, what, 4 times? 3?
Yeah, 3 times.
I think he played for the Sixers, the Warriors, and the Lakers.
The Lakers, yep.
And you're just like, weren't you the best player of all time? Why did you switch teams so many times in the 60s?
Yet another reason.
In the 1960s, you played for 3 different teams?
Wilt was trying to start super teams up. He was like, hey, Jerry West, come over here and miss a bunch of important shots in the finals.
Yeah, right. I can't beat this 6'9" guy named Bill Russell. He's outdoing me on and off the court. He's a better man.
For real, though.
I don't know. It's crazy shit. Yo, so Steph.
Wasn't Bill Russell, like, low-key, got, like, twice as much butt as Wilt Chamberlain, too? And he just, like, didn't let anybody know. But when he, like, goes out on his deathbed, he gonna write a memoir. It was like, I fucked 60,000 bitches.
And I'm still alive after my 50s.
Right.
Hey, look, Bill Russell was out there fucking all them NCAA, I can't even, NAACP.
Oh my god.
He's getting that NAACP puss. Outstanding, man. He hits him with those speeches, and the ladies just lose it.
And then those CIAA lips start trembling.
Quivering.
What's even best though, if he literally comes out with like, "I'm better than you at everything." He pulls the Garrett to Biagio on Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh man, yeah, but nah, Bill's a good dude though. I mean, look, Bill Russell was like, look, I won the games, but like Wilt Chamberlain was really hard to guard. Like he's a great player. That's why I give Bill Russell's a good dude. He ain't out here like, yeah, I kicked his ass, but he's really good, you know.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of Wilt Chamberlain, who said that he could beat up Muhammad Ali too.
He probably could. He outlifted Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So
you think Muhammad Ali's
boxing, bro?
Muhammad Ali's 6'2". What is he gonna do with Wilt Chamberlain? Wilt Chamberlain's 7'1".
It doesn't matter, dude. It's boxing. He's called the sweet science for a reason.
He's 7'1".
Whack.
7'1", 280. Muhammad Ali can't touch that man.
Do you think Wilt Chamberlain can kill a man with a single punch?
No.
Sonny Liston did that, and Muhammad Ali beat his fucking ass.
Bruh, Sonny Liston's what, like 6'3"?
6'4", maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're the same size.
Motherfucker.
Look, pound for pound, boxer for boxer, Muhammad Ali, if you're around the same size as him, he's going to destroy you. But if you're 7'1", 280, it's a different type of league, homie.
Muhammad Ali would absolutely wax this dude. I cannot believe this is like some real Jake Paul shit.
Come on, bro, stop.
This is back in time Jake Paul. That's what this is.
Come on. Wilt Chamberlain, first of all, we need different trunks. His dick is too long. He's going to hit him with his dick. He's going to knock Muhammad Ali out straight up. It's not even close. His wingspan's crazy, bro.
First of all, apparently he beat 30,000 pussies up. I haven't seen a fucking coroner's card for a single one of them. Sonny Liston
It's true.
left a man dead in the ring. Okay?
Hey, look, man. Ain't nobody scared of Sonny Liston. I'm just saying.
Except the children of whatever man he killed inside the fucking ring. I bet they're pretty scared of Sonny Liston.
The ghost of Sonny Liston.
They said, "Dad, get out there and protect us." They said, "Dad, I'm sorry, we're talking shit."
Yeah. But nah. It's just the size thing. I'm not saying like Wilt Chamberlain is gonna knock him out or anything, but I just don't think Muhammad Ali can touch him. He's just too tall.
He knocked Wilt Chamberlain the fuck out is what
he can't reach his face. What, are you just going to hit him with body shots and that's it?
You can't touch something that's 7 feet tall, Terry?
Bro.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I got a standing reach that can touch him, but it's different than punching him in the face.
I'll tell you what.
You lose your power if you have to punch like this. That's not a lot of power.
That's why you work his body so the head comes down, right?
I'm never coming down.
I start beating up your organs. That's when you start coming down like this, and I'm not punching you in the face. Listen, this isn't a fucking boxing podcast, Terry.
You ever fight a midget?
Although Jake Paul did just beat up some fat MMA dude who.
Ben Askren? Yeah. Ben Askren is not a boxer. So
yeah.
All these MMA guys think they're like, yeah, I'm really good at fighting. You're good at wrestling and playing footsies on the ground. You're not good at punching somebody in the face. Queers. Get out of here. They can't fight, bro. I'm sick of that shit, man. That Nurmagomedov Conor McGregor fight, that was the end of UFC for me, bro. He was wrestling him for 89% of the fight. And he got the biggest punch off, too. But the majority of the fight, they were wrestling. I'm like, bro, this is not exciting to watch. I'm sick of it. Whatever.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't exciting to watch, but it was demoralizing. Like it was like watching a Russian anaconda or boa constrictor or some shit. Like you just watched like all the hope just get drained out of McGregor just as he got more and more exhausted and you could tell that he was just more and more helpless. It honestly, it looked like some National Geographic shit to me, more than it looked like a fucking UFC fight.
Yeah, it was just tough to watch. I mean, I wanted Conor to win. I think majority of the world wanted this Conor dude to win, but my man, Nurmagomedov was just so good at wrestling. You're just like, you can't do anything with him.
He's like, I've wrestled bears, bro. You're a fucking drunk Irish guy.
Yeah. He's like,
your whiskey isn't even good.
Bro, he had so much energy on him. He beat his ass, then jumped out of the ring, and then started to try to beat his teammates' ass.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. First of all, we need to have more fights end that way. With like people just crashing the joint. I was like, what the fuck is Suge Knight?
Oh yeah. Hey, I was all for it. But yeah, Steph was on fire.
Fair enough. Hey, I will say this about Steph, man. Going into this year, we had the hardened question for Steph. We'd always seen him be the ceiling raiser on a good team and take him from good to great. We're like, can we put you with a bunch of scrubs and you drag him to the playoffs?
Yeah.
He's answering the bell pretty well, isn't he?
Yeah. Are the Warriors are still outside of the top 8 though, right?
I think they're in the play-in spots. Remember, they got the play-in
Well,
games.
yeah, I mean they got that, but like they're outside of the top 8 though. Like
I think they are, but you could tell what a great season he's having when people are like, Juan Toscano Anderson got hurt. Is this the end of the season for the Warriors?
yeah, you're right.
That's how you know Steph is balling the fuck out when people are like losing their mind over Juan Toscano Anderson's absence.
Nah, you're right. I mean, he is carrying this team. If he plays at this rate, I don't think a single team in the NBA wants to mess with this dude right now. Like at the end of games, that's the thing though. He's still doing it at the end of the games. Like he's got that like young LeBron syndrome sometimes. You know, like in the playoffs, like 3.5 quarters. Best player in the world. End of the fourth quarter, disappears. Yeah. Because threes are tougher to make when your legs are tired, your arms are tired, you've been getting beat up, running around the whole game. It's harder to hit those threes.
Yeah, he's been tremendous finishing at the rim too, though. With his layup package, like if it weren't for Kyrie Irving, we'd be like, not only is Steph the best shooter all time, he probably has the best layup package and the best handles all time too.
Yeah, true. His handle's crazy.
His handle is nasty, and his layup package, his floaters are disgusting as well.
His handle's crazy. Here, there is one thing I wanted to talk about. Top 20, top 15 for you? This is the hot topic like all week on all the networks and shit. Is he top 20? Top 15?
All time?
Yeah.
Top 20.
You think 20 right now?
Yeah.
We're at like between 15 and 20, or is he like 20?
Nah, he's probably like 20, 19. Because you gotta think about it, man. Like, we'll see what he does for this season, but a 2-time, like, just in the point guard pantheon, like, you're not putting him over Zeke, you're not putting him over Magic, you're not putting him over.
I can't put him over Magic, definitely. Zeke, I can have a conversation, but he's not better than Magic. He's probably third.
This is a tough one. Hey, now this is a real tough one.
He's probably third, bro.
Him or Stockton?
I got Steph. He got more chips.
He's
got more chips and he's got 2 MVPs.
He does, and he does. But there's something about Stockton that, like, I think is always going to be historically underrated, just because he kept losing to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But John Stockton could have. I think if you replace Zeke with him on the Pistons, nothing changes.
Yeah, you're right.
He's that great of a player.
No, you're definitely right.
And if there was more shit around him than just Karl Malone, we may be having a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you
gotta realize, like, we discount John Stockton, and then you look at the leaderboards for steals and assists, and you're like, oh, no one's ever going to catch him ever.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, when people like Jason Kidd can't even touch the shit, like not even close, like I don't think anybody's gonna get it. CP3 probably has to play for like 7 more seasons.
Doesn't he have like damn near 16,000 fucking assists? And then
I think
Isn't next like 12,000? Like he's $4,000 ahead of the next person. It is unbelievable.
He's got his assists and steals it's a ridiculous number. Because I think he played 20 years, right? And it was all for Utah, I believe.
Yep.
I mean, he's a beast. The funny thing is Karl Malone was holding him back like crazy, to be honest with you. I think Karl Malone was holding him back because he should have shot the ball way more. But point guards didn't do that, in the 90s and the 80s and shit.
Nope, not even like Steve Nash. Like,
yeah.
Looking back now, you're like, God, I wish Steve Nash shot the ball more than 12 times a game.
Yeah. I mean, he even said it when I think he had an interview with Bill Simmons, and he said that shit. He said it was the one game he was watching an old game like versus the Spurs or somebody, and he was like, I only shot it like 7 times. He was like, I think I really hurt the team. I should have shot it at least like 15. Yeah, because they were sagging off on him.
Yep. And Nash is a 50, 40, 90 guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now you're right.
I think it's a good point about Curry. It's just like, this is my hope, is that he has one more run left in him. And they reload, fucking trade this number 2 pick and Wiseman, and get Bradley Beal or somebody like that in there, and make one more run at it with Clay, Steph, Draymond, and whoever the 4th dude is.
Yeah. And Wiggins, because Wiggins is a good 4th or 3rd option,
Yeah. He's fine in that type of role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just when he's your 2nd option, is like, oh, God, we're about to see a lot of inefficiency.
Yeah. See, the thing, the detriment to Steph is just his playoff performances. Some of them are bad. Like, his numbers look good, but if the people that watch the game, if you watch the games, like, he disappeared in some of the biggest moments in games.
Absolutely. I thought the Toronto series was his best finals, even though they lost.
Yeah. No, it was. He played really well, but he just ran out of gas.
The one that they won, too, the first one, I thought he played pretty well in, that Iguodala ended up winning the MVP.
That's
Steph's
the one.
more of a facilitator. He did a lot of, like, creating for other people.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the dominant best player on the court. Like, he was a unanimous MVP. And so in the finals, you expect to see transcendent talent, not good performance.
Yeah. That was the thing. I mean, and then KD was just so good,
Because you remember back at that time, too, it was like people were like, Steph is taking the torch over from LeBron.
Yeah.
They were the best player in the league now.
Uh-huh.
And then that finals, I mean, LeBron should have won MVP for that finals, even though he lost.
Which one is the most egregious one in which he should have got it? Was it the 2016 one? Or which year did they lose? Was it 2015? The 2015 one, or the
I think it was the one where Kyrie and where Dellavedova was his 2nd best player.
Yeah, that one.
I think that one. That's what we were like expecting to see out of Steph in the finals, and he was giving us like 18 and a half, 25 and 4 or whatever.
Yeah,
Ron was 37, 11, 12.
Oh, that was the one where he led in all categories.
Yeah, all 5
single person, and you're just like, bro, give this man the MVP. Like, you got to Jerry West this man. Stop it. Jerry West cannot be the only person with this award of like, I'm the best player and I lost and I got the MVP. LeBron, I swear to God, LeBron deserves one of those, bro. I'm telling you.
He absolutely does. And it's like they already set the precedent that you can win MVP and lose in the finals.
Yeah. Like, come
so
on.
What are we doing here? Hey, do you have 2 eyeballs in your head? Can you see who the best player is?
And I think it's egregious as hell because they were talking about like the votes and how they spread them out, and LeBron didn't even get any. Like, they didn't even think about it. They're like, no, a loser can't get it. It's just like, bro, Jerry West is trash as shit. You can't just let him be the one.
Here's the reasoning. We got to give it to Iguodala because he held LeBron to 36 a game. What?
Come on, if you're gonna give it to Iguodala, give it to LeBron.
Right.
I mean, because like that's the thing. In that one, yeah, Steph didn't play great, but he averaged 24, I think, or maybe 25. Like, you still could have gave it to him. 25 points is a lot of points.
Yeah, you could have gave it to him, but we all know who the MVP was.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Steph. That's the thing about Steph too, bro. That kind of diminishes his shit. his regular season numbers are better than his playoff numbers.
Yep.
And usually with like superstar pantheon players, it's
They
the
elevate.
opposite. Yeah, it's the exact opposite.
You're
So
absolutely
that's his only detriment, honestly. And then defensively, he literally does nothing. You know.
I disagree with you on that. I absolutely disagree with you on that.
Not nothing. But, you know, he's not great.
No, he's not great. Clay has always checked the best perimeter player.
Yeah.
I suspect we may see that change after he comes back from all these injuries. Steph Curry might be having to guard point guards again.
Possibly. But that's the thing, though. When you think about top 10, top 15, they're not like – you don't think of them as like horrible defenders. Like some people think Steph is like a really –
I don't think that Steph is a horrible defender either. I think
I don't think he's horrible. But like all the guys –
he has active hands. He slides his feet.
Yeah. No, he gets steals.
He's going to get bullied by bigger guards.
Yeah.
And he's going to get out-rebounded. And, you know, like, it is what it is. But he's not Trae Young out there. You know what I mean? He's not Terry Rozier. You know?
It's one of those things. It's a reputation thing. And I don't think he can shake it.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't win 3 championships and also post, like, one of the best defensive metrics of all time being a shitty defender.
Yeah. No, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but he's a big dude, too. It's not like he's this small, scrawny person.
That's the thing. You see him on TV and with the baby face and with all these other dudes around him. You forget he's 6'3" with a 6'5" wingspan.
Yeah. He's a big guard. He's not a small guard.
Not big compared to me, but you know what I'm saying? The little light-skinned motherfucker.
He's bigger than you. But, hey, look, nobody wants to see him this year. I'm telling you. You don't want to see that man in a playoff game.
Especially don't want to see him in a play-in game where all I got to do is get hot for 1 or 2 games.
Yeah. Is it one? They're only playing 1 game, right?
So one game
that's a 3 or what is it? I don't even remember.
The higher seed has to win once. The lower seed has to win twice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So currently there's
wait a minute. Hold on. Here's another dumbass thing about the play-in game, right?
That is pretty stupid.
Why is 7 playing 8 and then 9 is playing 10? 7 should play 10 and then 8 should play 9.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird rules going on in the NBA. It is really weird.
They're finding out a lot of stuff, bro. They just need money desperately. They're like, with this pandemic, they're like, dude, play. I love how last season they're like, player safety is of the utmost importance, and we need to get rid of all the 3 games in 4 nights and the back-to-backs and all this other shit. And then this year they're like, all right, 72 games, 2.5 months. You guys are going to be playing 5 games a week. Figure it out.
See, it was so hard to make. Remember, we made like our preseason rankings and shit like that for the teams, for like the standings. It's so hard to know that all these dudes are going to be hurt. I mean, I said a lot of guys are going to be injured this year, but damn.
But goddamn. So
everybody's
that brings me to our next point, Terry. Talking about our streakers over in the East. So we're going to get to your Knicks soon, but let's start with the Hawks, who are 20-5 since firing Lloyd Pierce.
Good team.
5th in the Eastern Conference. You know how many minutes the Hawks starters have played together this season?
The like actual starting 5?
Starting 5. You know how many minutes they've played together this year?
How many?
17.
Ooh, good Lord.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
17. DeAndre Hunter has been out for months. Cam Reddish been out for months. Trae Young is out right now. Clint Capella is out right now. John Collins was out for 3 weeks. Bogdan Bogdanovic was out for months. Tony Snell is out right now. Chris Dunn has yet to play this whole season.
Yeah. I mean.
And yet, 20-5 since the firing.
34-27.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't see this coming. You said, but hey, look, I give it to you. You said it was coming. You said Lloyd Pierce was a hell of a coach. And by God, he's one of the 20-5 with a broken down team.
First of all,
sign this man up. He's Phil Jackson, bro.
Did you say Lloyd Pierce was?
Yeah.
You know he got fired. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, who's the new coach? What's his name?
Nate McMillan.
There you go. My bad. Nate McMillan.
I did say he was one hell of a coach.
Significantly better. He's like significantly better. It's crazy.
If you watch like our sets, dude, when Lloyd Pierce is coach, it was Trae Young dribbles around and everyone else stands out like this waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they'll run a double high pick and roll at the top of the arc. And that's it. And then Trae Young either steps back and shoots the three, gets into the teeth of the defense and shoots the floater, or he kicks it out to a wide open shooter. But ultimately, there are 4 guys every possession standing around watching.
Yeah.
Now running a lot more pin downs, running a lot more horns actions. Like people are moving without the ball. Trey's attempts from 3 have gone way down from 10 to 6.
No, that's good.
You know what I mean?
And he was shooting 10 a game?
Yeah.
God, I would hate to play with him.
Dude, that's not even crazy. Like James Harden last year shot like 15 and a half a game.
Yeah, you hate playing with him too.
Yeah.
Rockets, James Harden, like that's not a fun team. Like that.
Dame Lillard shoots over 10 a game. Steph shoots over 10 a game. Like all the best shooters in the league shoot that much. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I get it.
It's indicative of getting more people involved that goes down 4 attempts a game. You know what I mean? Where now I'm not just pulling. If you go underneath the screen, I'm waiting and hitting a shooter as he comes off the screen.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. Like those guys shooting 10, like, yeah, their team needs it, but those are like playoff teams for years. The Hawks haven't made the playoffs ever, you know? So like changing it up, you shouldn't fight against like a change at all. Mm-hmm. Just shut up and listen. Shut up and listen, Trae Young.
It's a miracle that we're in this slot and Solomon Hill is playing 34 minutes a game. It's unbelievable.
Shit, man. It's only because damn Tony Snell is shooting the lights out, bro.
Still leading the NBA in three-point percentage. I don't know if he qualifies anymore because he's missed so many games now.
He has been hurt for a while. But he's about to get the first, like, 50-50-90 season, bro.
Yeah. Yep. I tell you who else is red hot, too, is Bogdanovich.
Oh, yeah, he's back. That's right.
This month, he's averaged 22 points a game on, like, 48% shooting from 3.
Damn. We knew he was good though. Like the Bucks wanted him, but they messed up royally, and now the Hawks got him. But he's just been hurt. He's a good player.
This is a lineup we haven't even seen for 1 minute this season. Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter, and John Collins.
That's the one you want to see, huh?
That's intrigues me because all 5 of those players shoot above 38% from 3.
So those are some splashers right there.
And I didn't even include Gallinari.
Yeah, but defensively, I think y'all are getting destroyed, though.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Terry. Do you know the Hawks have the #1 defensive rating in the fourth quarter since Nate McMillan took over?
Really?
Yeah, and you know who's been closing these fourth quarters out? Danilo Gallinari, because Clint Capella can't shoot free throws.
Hey, man, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, Danilo, though, you know what people forget? Really good post-defensive player, bro.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah, very strong. Very strong. Another thing people forget, last time you saw Danilo Gallinari on defense, he was playing 3 for the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
He's not a 3. His feet are slow, like really
he plays
slow.
5 for us. He's a 5. Like,
nah, it's smart because
he's a stretch 5 at this point in his career. We don't want you to do anything but guard centers and shoot threes. Like,
yeah. And then that's the thing. Like when you see Danilo as a center, you're like, oh, this is lunch meat. I'm about to post him crazy.
Good.
And then you hit that one backup move and you don't move at all. You're like, whoa, what the hell is going on here? Let me try this again. Boom, nothing. You're like, all right. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the game.
Fucking.
It's only a. Yeah, it's only
check out Cole Anthony so he can take a contested step back too.
Yeah, true that. It's only a few people that he can't guard, like the good centers, Drummond, Jokic, Embiid, those type of guys.
But his liability or his defensive his nature as being a defensive liability has certainly been diminished from sliding down a position where you're not having to guard on the perimeter at all.
Yeah, and I mean he's still got decent height too. He's like 6'8", almost 6'9". He's not like he's short either,
Yeah. is what his
Is he?
official height is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 6'8".
That was back when they measured it with shoes on and shit too.
Yeah.
So you never know what it is now. He's probably
Well,
6 in real life.
Possibly. Well, you still out here thinking LaMelo Ball's not 6'8", so no big deal.
6'5". I don't care what the statistics say.
He's tall, bro. He's really tall. Have you ever seen him?
Not in person. I went to the Hawks Hornets game and he didn't play.
Yeah, that's right.
And neither did Trae Young.
That's right. I forgot about that. You know what? Hey, he's coming back.
35 minutes of Brandon Goodwin.
He's coming back, though. He's coming back, they said.
LaMelo or Trae?
No, LaMelo Ball. Trae Young. Well, I don't know what Trae Young. I don't know how long he's out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't have it. He has an MRI, but they said 2 to 3 weeks is standard. But you never know with these fucking ankle sprains, dude. Like,
yeah, true. I mean, if you look at the standings right now, you got the Wizards and the Pacers are in the 10-9 spot, and the Hornets are sitting at 8, and you got the Heat at 7.
mm-hmm.
You can see one team slipping out. It's probably going to be the Hornets. Because they don't. It's no LaMelo, no Gordon Hayward, and you got issues because Bismack Biyombo is playing too many minutes.
Who's that 11 though?
I think the Bulls, but they're 25 and 35.
So that we basically know who the top 10 is going to be. Like who's going to be in the playing games. It's just what order.
Yeah, pretty much.
What would the Bulls have to do? Win out?
Yeah, it's only I think maybe like 12 games left for a lot of the teams. The season's almost over.
Yeah.
Even if, I mean they're not going to win out. They're the Bulls.
No.
Come on. They're going to lose the game.
So,
Go ahead.
I'm like these teams on the bottom half or whatever that we know they're going to be in the playing bubble. It's like all this reshuffling ultimately doesn't really matter that much. Like
I mean, sort of. But if you're the Hornets, you definitely want to be more of like I want to win one game instead of winning 2 versus.
Oh yeah. I'm talking from the Hawks perspective. I'm like, if you can't beat the fucking Hornets or the Wizards in a playing game, you shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Yeah, straight up, because those organizations are complete garbage.
Right. Hey, what did I tell you about the Wizards before the season started, Mr. 4 seed?
Hey, look, man, they in the playing game. You said they were about to be like almost dead last. Hey, whatever. I had the Warriors in like the second to last spot in the West.
I know, and you had Portland number 2.
Yeah, I did. Golly, injuries, man, it really changed up the whole thing, dude. It's crazy.
Well, for me, I can't even blame my biggest miss on injuries. I thought the Raptors were going to finish like 5th in the East, and they're the worst team in fucking history.
They're just bad. They're just not good anymore. It is what it is.
They just got to go back to Canada. They're like, Florida is not for us, guys. I don't know why we thought about moving there.
I told you that when you did it. I was like, bro, they're not playing in Canada, bro. They're not going to be good. Like, you can't just play in a whole different country and just be like, yeah, we'll just be we're the Raptors. We're straight. No, bro, you don't sleep in your own bed. Everybody else gets to sleep in their own bed, and the Raptors are like sleeping in hotels and shit.
Yeah, you
it's not fair.
They can't acclimate. You know what I mean?
It's not fair. It's really not fair to them.
It's not. You got 15 Raptors players walking around looking for ketchup chips and free healthcare in the middle of Florida.
Yeah,
these guys are so lost. It's definitely not on them.
Yeah,
it's on Blake for sure. I will give a little mini shout out to Raptors this year because I'm sure most people have not watched them at all. But Chris Boucher is quickly opening eyes and is becoming a player, a fun guy to watch.
Nobody cares. Don't ever say his name again, okay?
He just hates skinny, dark-skinned dudes, huh?
If you said his name, you could literally hit me with the who he played for. I would have been like, I don't know who that is.
Well, he's what they wanted Thon Maker to be.
Thon Maker?
Yeah, that's Chris Boucher is like what they thought Thon Maker was going to be.
Okay. Hey, look, I mean, shout out to the Raptors for making the most irrelevant trading Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell. Like, the fuck for what?
And then like the next trade, Gary Trent Jr. goes off for like 45. I was like, okay.
That was so random, bro. It made no sense. I mean, I get it because Trent. He's good. He can shoot a three, but he's just really small. So McCollum and Lillard are small, and your team doesn't change when those three are on the court or when you sub one off or the other. Like defensively, you're still not good.
They just punted, bro. They're like, you know what? Just Gary Trent has 2 more years left in his contract than Norman Powell does.
Yeah. I mean, I like Norman Powell. Like he's a little more scrappier, like defensively.
Oh, yeah.
You lost a lot offensively. So it was weird. I don't know. It was random.
Norman Powell this year has been great. It's just you never know what you're going to get with him because he vacillates between looking like a real player and a dude who doesn't deserve to play in the NBA.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there seems to be no rhyme or reason as to when it happens.
Yeah. Hey, man, some people are just inconsistent, bro. I don't know.
Hey, but those people don't play for the New York Knicks because they've been a model of consistency, Terry, winning their last 10 games in a row?
9.
9 games in a row now?
9 straight. Biggest win streak. And
did I just jinx you guys? Was I just now the fucking Adam Vinatieri has made 28 out of his last 29 kicks.
Well, the big test is it's probably not going to go to 10. You didn't jinx them. We're playing the Suns. Is it tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're playing the Suns tonight. It's a home game, but that's going to be a tough one. That's a big test to see if the team is worth it or not.
This is going to be a playoff atmosphere, a playoff style game.
Yeah.
2 teams that are near the bottom of the league in pace. 2 teams that are near the top of the league in defensive rebounding.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You still taking John Collins over Julius Randle?
Yes.
Yeah, you've completely lost your mind. Julius Randle, bro.
Hey,
he is dragging this team completely on his bootstraps, bro. 9-game win streak, Julius Randle numbers. 36, 12, 7.
he absolutely deserves to be an all-star. We're going to talk about MVP, MIP, and Coach of the Year in a little bit, and he's definitely in my most improved player discussion. He's 6 years older than John Collins.
He's 26. He's in his prime.
He's not.
Look at we just talked about it last time.
We do this shit. I don't believe it.
You were like, Julius Randle, he's like 29. I'm like, bro, he's 26, bro. He's young.
Hey, man, all habits die hard, Terry. I remember when he was getting cooked by Montrezl Harrell in college. There's no way that was only 5 years ago.
You looking it up?
Damn, he's 26.
He's 26, bro. He's a beast.
Hey, can we do this from now on?
What?
Every pod, we'll just add that to the intro.
He's 26.
And each year, I'm going to be like, Julius Randle is 34.
Hey, man, honestly, bro, I am really surprised at the team. Now, they do look good. Tom Thibodeau is still murdering his players, so I'm surprised. We really have been lucky with the injury bug, so that's the main reason why we're sitting at the 4 seed right now. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I guess the NBA rule is the division winners are going to hold all the top 4 seeds. So it doesn't matter what record we have, but I am surprised we actually look like a solid basketball team, bro. This is definitely like a Knicks New York basketball team, though. Not a lot of flash.
People are loving it. Like this is back in the day an homage team. Like
this is some bruiser shit right here. Bunch of dark skins,
I love it.
We're looking good. I love the team.
Who they're missing on this team is Anthony Mason. You know what I mean?
Shit, we need to trade for Patrick Beverly. Let's trade for Patrick Beverly, and then we really talk about some New York Knicks basketball right there. Hey, shout out to Rondo, too. Rondo looks great for the Clippers.
Yeah, he does.
Hawks. Hey, he pulled a fast one on y'all. He got a nice, cool. How much did he get? $6 million from y'all or something? $8 million?
He ain't pulled a fast one on nobody. We got 2 second-round picks for a dude who played 2 months for us.
Second-round picks are a waste of time, son. Get them shits out of here.
Draymond Green.
That's one dude out of the past 27 years. Get out of here.
Tell that to Norman Powell.
Not an all-star.
He's gonna be all-star now.
He got to be good.
Worthless.
Who's the best second-round player ever? Who's the best second-round player ever?
Huh, think.
Manu Ginobili?
No, Draymond was better than Manu.
Whoa. I won't deep dive on that. That's an interesting take.
I mean, he's a defensive player of the year versus a sixth man. Not really that interesting of a take. One dude came off the fucking bench.
He scored 20 a game.
So?
Oh, hell no.
Like Lou Williams. What the fuck does that mean?
Manu's better than Lou Wood. It's not even close.
I know. I'm just saying scoring 20 a game doesn't mean shit. That just means you scored 20 a game.
Off the bench?
Dennis Schroeder got 19 and a half for us off the bench. You don't hear me talking about how he was fucking great?
Consistency, homie. Not once in a while.
No. Manu Ginobili was not better than Draymond.
All right, look. Let's not get off topic. We're gonna get off topic hard. We're just gonna go way over there. The Knicks are good. They're looking good. They're a solid team. I do not want to hear about this Tom Thibodeau for Coach of the Year shit, though. I'm not here for it.
Why?
The Utah Jazz are in the West. The Phoenix Suns are a 2 seed in the West. The Sixers are not number one now, but they look way better than what they used to look like when they had Brett Brown. Doc Rivers definitely deserves something for that. Steve Nash is a first-year coach. We get it. The Nets have the best players, but the Nets are number one, and all three of those dudes have been hurt all the time. I mean, come on. The Knicks are a 4 seed in the East. Stop. I'm not here for it.
I definitely think Tom Thibodeau is more deserving than Steve Nash. For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Steve Nash, you don't deserve to win a goddamn thing with fucking, like, all these all-stars on your team. You could take the whole game.
They're hurt all the time.
Doesn't matter, bro.
KD has played in, what, like 20 games?
Huh?
I said KD has played in like 20 games.
All right, how many has Kyrie and Harden played in?
Kyrie's played in a lot of them, but Harden's hurt right now.
But he was cooking to start the year. They're talking about Harden for MVP.
I mean,
listen, there's not one player on the Knicks you can compare to all three of those.
Nah.
Steve Nash has been given such a treasure trove of resources. You're not winning fucking coaching nothing. All right?
Hold on. Could he ever win Coach of the Year, like, if the team goes, like, 79-3?
Yeah. You got to win it. If you do something like that, you got to win it. But let's be realistic. Kyrie is going to miss more than 3 games a year just off birthdays. All right? Kevin Durant is going to miss more than 3 days a year just off Twitter beefs.
Yeah.
James Harden is going to miss more than 3 games a year just off post-strip club hangovers.
Yeah, this is true.
That's 9 right there.
So we got to rely on Brett Brown, Claxton, and DeAndre Jordan, and Joe Harris.
Brett Brown.
And the 21st best player in the NBA history, Jeff Green.
There you go. 21st. Just behind Steph.
Yeah.
Just behind Steph. Oh, man. So let's talk Coach of the Year then, man. Since you don't want to hear no Tibbs talk, I do want to push back real quick, though. At the beginning of the year, nobody thought that Knicks were going to be any good, bro. And I remember
I had them at 8.
You did, but you're a Knicks fan. Like, people who are not Knicks fans did not see this team doing anything. I remember when Austin Rivers at the beginning of the year, when they were like 5 games in, was like, this is not a bad team. He's like, I've been on bad teams. I've seen what bad teams look like before. He's like, this is going to be a good team. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay, Austin. And I had to eat my words some. They're a good team.
No, they're decent. They're a decent team. I am a fan of them. I love them. I would probably say, like, out of all the sports, I think if the Knicks are really good, that's probably like my favorite thing to watch. But that being said, this team isn't scaring me if I'm any other team, honestly.
The Knicks are my least favorite team to watch in the entire NBA, probably. But behind
because you hate Julius Randle and you think he's 42 years old.
Behind only the Magic. The reason I hate watching them is The Knicks are the first team in NBA history that's just given up on centers that have skill. It's kind of like, we don't even want anybody who wants to shoot a jump hook. We don't want anybody who's going to try a drop step. You go out there, set this pick, dunk this ball, block this shot, and sit on the bench.
Yeah, you're right. You don't like Mitchell Robinson?
Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Noel, I like them both, but think about like the type of basketball I like to play and the type of basketball I like to watch.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess so. So that's why I'm surprised you don't like Julius Randle that much.
I do like Julius Randle. I just said that I wouldn't take him over John Collins. Now that I know he's 26, I think I got to say I probably would take him over John Collins.
Thank you. That's the only thing I wanted to hear, bro.
So I think I probably got to admit that I got to take an L on this one and change my answer to Julius Randle.
Nah, you good. I mean, the thing I like about him this year, though, he's playing his ass off, but like he's going toe to toe with like stars in a lot of the games, like 1v1, back and forth getting buckets. So it's a crazy thing to see because I mean he has teammates that can score, but they literally clear it out and ISO it for Julius Randle, and you're just like, is he like that? And he hits like 3 or 4 straight buckets, and you're like, well, damn.
The thing I'm liking about him is he's shooting and making threes off the dribble.
Yeah.
This player that we see in the Knicks looks nothing like the guy who played with LeBron in LA.
No, not at all. He looks totally different. He kind of reminds me of like, I don't want to be egregious, but sometimes he looks like Melo almost,
With the bigger body and
with the ISO game and stuff. Like he looks
obviously not as polished. I would say more Rudy Gay than Melo. But
okay, I can hear that.
But I see where you're going from.
Yeah. And then the thing that's smart too, and I guess it's coaching. Like if he gets a mismatch, he goes quick with it, like to the bucket. It's not even like any hesitation. If there's a small man on him, he's taking him. If there's a big dude on him, he's just gonna take him outside.
Well, and he's also varied from what part of the court he attacks the defense as well. It used to always be left block, turn over your right shoulder, shooting the jump hook with your left hand. Or he has always turned over his right shoulder, shooting with his left hand. Every time, going from the right side of the court to the left.
Yeah.
And now you don't know where he's going to attack you from. He might pull up for 3. He might cross over to his right and then spin back to his left. He might cross over to his right, stop, pump fake, let you jump, and then shoot it. So, honestly, I think I saw this online before. I forget which one of my delusional Knicks friends posted this. But it was something about how Kobe would be very proud right now of Julius Randle.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I gotta agree with them. I think maybe Kobe's influence did change the trajectory of his career. And I do got to think that, like, being around him helped him get to this point where he was you could see all the work that he's put into his game. And that's the reason he's better.
But yeah, he's putting
the work he's put in.
But the thing you like about Julius, which is a little different than a lot of superstars, the assist numbers are crazy. His assists are doubled. So, like, in the sense of if he's cooking your guy one-on-one, when you double, he's totally fine passing it. And before, he didn't used to do that. He would just try to take you on and like get a bunch of offensive fouls. If somebody's getting 6 assists, averaging 24, you're like, oh damn, I don't really know what he's gonna do. If we double him, he just swings it. And the Knicks have shooters that are like shooting lights out right now.
I think also a big part of that is that he's, like I said before, not getting all his possessions on the block. It's a lot easier to double team somebody on the block and force a turnover than it is to double team somebody on top of the 3-point line.
Yeah, because he'll do
that's
like
when you have that height. Where it's like, all right, you got double team me out here. I'll just pass over to defense. You know what I mean?
And it's like he's doing the mid post along with his with his regular post game, and then once he adds the 3, like he's a really hard dude to watch, like to guard, man.
He sounds like he's turned out to be everything you hoped Kevin Knox would be.
Kevin Knox is garbage. I thought at least Kevin
Knox would turn into this exact player.
Pretty much. The problem with Kevin Knox is he can't shoot, which is one huge problem. But like his he's extremely weak for like the size of person that
Doesn't
he
make
is.
sense.
Yeah, he's.
I don't like big dudes who get pushed around a lot.
Yeah,
I really hate that shit.
That's a big problem, bro. And if you're just weak, you're weak. Like, there's no weight room stuff you can do. Like, he's a big person. He's just not physical. He's not a physical dude.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau can't do nothing to coach that.
Nah, ain't shit.
So, since you think Tibbs deserves no recognition, who wins your Coach of the Year? If you had to end it right now, obviously we got about 12 games left, 15 games.
About 12 games, yeah. It's got to be one of the two dudes from the West. It's either Quinn Snyder or whoever's coaching the Suns. Easy pick. It has to be.
Well, I can't remember. Monty Williams. Jesus.
Yeah. Monty Williams. That's
I was like staring through a black hole. I could not remember who coached the Suns.
Yeah. And then like the thing for me,
even worse.
What?
Who's the coach of the Thunder is?
Oh yeah, that college guy. I forgot his name. I don't even know what his name is.
Or the coach of the Pacers. I forgot what his name is too.
Oof. Yeah, my coach knowledge is not too good this year. I mean, but with that being said, like I had a 8-week period in which Shay, my wife, has literally just been here at home. So I haven't really watched a whole, like in 8 weeks, I've watched probably like 4 full NBA games. Like I keep up with like highlights and stats and shit, but on a normal basis, I'm watching a game every night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. So you're giving it to one of the two teams out west.
It's got to either be Monty or Quinn Snyder, man. Nobody. But the Jazz with a 1 seed, man. Come on.
I'm picking the Jazz. I've had a man crush on Quinn Snyder for a long time since he was.
Really?
Yeah, he was the lead assistant on the 60-win Hawks team.
Oh,
And
okay.
he got hired from Utah after that. And
So your ties go way back with Quinn. That's cool.
Yeah, he was Bud's right-hand man, and he worked for the Spurs before that with Pop.
So he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. Also, he was the first recipient of he was the recipient of our first article that I ever wrote for our website for like the craziest faces during a game. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. He also made Ricky Rubio play James Harden backwards. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that as well. And for all the like consternation about it, like games 2 and 3, that shit started fucking working. Game 1, they got lax, but games 2 and 3, they were keeping James Harden out the paint.
Yeah, it was so weird, but I mean, it kind of worked. The thing, so Quinn probably is going to win it because there's one thing, like everybody loves Monty Williams though. Like he's a decent coach, but the thing is, I think Chris Paul is going to get a little more credit. Yeah, you know?
Sure. Absolutely.
He should. He definitely should. But that's only the one thing that'll probably be the detriment because the Jazz are honestly the same exact team, you know, and you're just like, you got, Jordan Clarkson, you know, just being a little better, and everybody else is pretty much kind of the same, and your team is number 1 in the Western Conference?
Mike Conley finally stopped playing like shit.
Yeah, that is true too. Mike Conley's playing really well.
Joe Ingles should win 6th man of the year.
No, you're not going to give it to Jordan Clarkson? I think Ingles has just started too many games, probably.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't. Also, you know, for me, I'm the type of 6th man a year dude, whereas like I like to reward players to do everything besides just score. So, you know, I would have voted for Iguodala, you know, back in the day. I don't see why we always have to give it to a Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford type every season. I would have given Kirilenko one of those years back there. I just am more diverse than most people in how I look at like bench players. This year, I give it to Bruce Brown and the Nets.
You think so? Bruce Brown, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. He fucking defends 4 positions to them, does all the thankless shit, and is the WD-40 in the highest scoring offense in NBA history.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're definitely right.
At the beginning of this year, remember I was low on the Nets, and that was before they got James Harden, when it was just KD and Kyrie.
Yeah.
But the reason I was low on them is because I kept asking, who's going to play some fucking defense?
Yeah, true. That you did. You're big. Yeah, you're big on the defensive thing. Which, like, it matters. But, you know, if your offense is the best offense of all time almost, like, if you can kind of stay average defensively, you'll be all right.
But that's in large credit to him. And,
Yeah.
you know, he's essentially a guard playing forward. Like, he plays guard on offense and forward on defense. And it's just – it's wild. There aren't a lot of players with his skill set.
Yeah,
A little bit of me. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought of you as a lockdown defender, but, you know, I'll give you a little bit of credit.
No, I mean in terms of like you'll bang with bigger dudes in the post and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant. Guarding people who are bigger.
Yeah, no, Joe Ingles.
I'm not locking down anyone on the perimeter, bro.
Nah, Joe Ingles has started 18 games out of 55.
Yeah, 6th man of the year. Give it to him.
I don't know. That's too many starts, bro. I don't know. I mean,
5?
he started 18. I bet you, Brett. How many games? How many games has Brett Brown started? I don't even know what his name is. That his name? Bruce Brown? Yeah. I don't remember bench players. My bad. Bruce Brown. I'm gonna take a look at Bruce with it. Whoa, 32 games. He can't be 6th man of the year. He started 32 games out of 57.
Fair enough. He's too important for them. Yeah. But I'm saying those type of players are the ones I like to reward. Who do
more defensive.
Just score. Lou Williams is cooking right now for Atlanta. He's like our leader in fourth quarter points because he got traded to us. But I'm not going to pick Lou Williams for 6th man of the year just because he comes in and scores 8 points every fourth quarter.
Nah. I mean, but that's usually the formula, though. Like, anybody who can get you, like, 15, 16 points is usually the person. So, honestly, for me, bro, it could be one of the Knicks guards, low-key. Quickly is really good for us off the bench.
He has been good for you off the bench.
But, like, they split it, like, 50-50, him and D. Rose, so I don't know if he'll have too many starts or not. I'm not
starting at the beginning of the year a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to end up being Clarkson.
Hey man, I know this never happens, right?
Yeah.
But maybe it should. What about Nerlens Noel? I would think he'd have more of a case than Quickly would.
Probably, because he's more of a bench player.
You don't really see any backup centers or big men ever get included in the 6th man of the year race. Ever. It's always a guard.
Yeah. Not that I can't even think of one, like, at all. Unless it's some dude that's, like, getting mad blocks, but I still really can't think of a person that it would be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. Oh, you know what, bro? I mean, Emmanuel Quickly only has 3 starts officially. But his field goal percentage is under 40%, so that's tough.
Yeah, he's not winning it.
Yeah.
He's not winning it. Well, if you had to pick one, I'm going with Genuine Joe Ingles.
I got Jordan Clarkson, bro.
You got Jordan Clarkson. Two for the same team, huh? And coach of the year.
Yeah. Now, the Jazz is crazy.
We'll end it up with this, Terry. I don't even know if I need to ask you because we just did 8 minutes on whether he was 26 or 30. Is Julius Randle your most improved player?
Yeah, definitely. It's not even close. For me, it's the more all-around game. Like, he's averaged 20 with New Orleans, and last year he averaged 20, almost 20 with the Knicks. We knew he could score. For me, it's just the assists and the rebounds, bro. They both went up. The assists doubled. They went from 3 to 6 point something, and the rebounds are up by a couple.
Yep.
I'm fucking with him. And he's leading the team to the playoffs. Like, a lot of most improved guys are just like, oh, he scored 15 last year, but this year he's getting 27, but his team sucks.
Yep.
This guy's literally dragging a dormant-ass fucking franchise into the playoffs with pretty much, we would say, what, NBA journeyman, Austin Rivers, D. Rose.
NBA journeyman is a great term for it.
Taj Gibson. Like, it's just a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
So I gotta give it to him. I can't really think of anyone else, honestly. Who would you say? Who else would you
Grant? That's a good case.
That's another one of those cases I was talking about.
Jeremy Grant went from scoring 13 a game in Utah or whatever, Denver, to scoring 21, 22.
That's one of those cases where he's getting a bunch of empty-ass points.
Yeah, but he also has improved his game greatly. Like how he's getting his points in Denver, it was all Euro steps and corner threes, and now it's from every spot on the court. Yeah. So I definitely got to give him props for that. Yeah. Another dude that improved a lot, but might not get mentioned, Zion Williamson.
He's not going to get any mention though.
Zion improved a fuck ton. It is a dominant ass player in the league.
He definitely has improved, bro. If they keep giving him, I told you, bro, give the man the ball, bro.
Both not saying this shit, but we didn't say this since Duke. Watching RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish dribble around the perimeter.
God, RJ Barrett plays for the Knicks, and I'm just like, you ain't it, son. You are Lamar Odom at best. And I don't even like to do lefty-lefty comparisons. I like to make a comparison of like the actual player, but like honestly, I just see him as a six man, and that's it, bro.
Barrett ain't doing apparently, according to everyone, has like top 1% work ethic in the NBA.
Yeah, apparently, no, he works hard.
Gym rat. So I think the jury's still out on him. Let's see. Like, no one saw this come from Julius Randle, right? No. So let's see what RJ looks like when he's 25, 26 before we call him a six man for his whole career.
No, that's true.
This is only the second season.
Yeah, he's averaging 18 though. He is an important piece for the team.
People need to remember how shitty Kobe and Dirk and some of these other motherfuckers were as rookies and second year players.
Yeah, Steve Nash.
Get with time with all these good rookies bursting in the league. It wasn't always like this. Dwight Howard sucked his first 3 years in the league.
Yeah, he could just block a shot and that was it.
There are a lot of people who like it takes 4 or 5 years for them to turn into the type of player that they become.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't give up hope with RJ yet.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm not giving up.
Add to the most improved list, but ultimately won't make it because his season was cut short by injury. Was DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter for me took a huge leap as a guy who was like before the season, they're like he could have been a bust. Like you trade all these picks up to the number 4 spot to get him, and Cam Reddish looked better than him as a rookie, and you're like, oh, but this year, man, he only played like 18 games, something like that. But
you can give a little credit, and also the kid in Houston, bro,
Jason Tate.
Nah, the
Christian Wood.
Yeah, he just didn't play enough games, I don't think. But
dude, I told you last season he was fucking good.
He's a freaking beast, man.
I told you that he's the best pick and roll partner James Harden would have ever had.
Yeah, you said that early. You said that early, like really early. He's really good, man.
He is good. He's him and John Collins are very similar to me. John Collins a little better on offense, Woods a little better on defense.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see how many games he played this year. 37? Yeah, I don't think that's enough. But his numbers are crazy. 21 and 10.
Here's another one. Nikola Jokic.
Yo, he's a beast. But
his team Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid.
Last year, this year, I think that's who I'm going to pick is Joel Embiid.
For most improved and MVP?
No, for most improved. He's not winning MVP.
Ah, okay.
He's missed too many games. He's not played nearly enough minutes. He's played like 1,200 minutes this year.
Joel Embiid has played enough games to win MVP.
Played not enough minutes. Like Jokic has played 900 more minutes than him.
I mean, Jokic has played in all the games, so that's a tough one to compare.
It's not tough at all. You can't be more valuable if you're not on the court.
Hey.
If one dude played 900 more minutes than the other, and it's just about even, and one guy was about 900 minutes more valuable.
Look at the wins, though, bro. I'm telling you.
What?
The Sixers are sitting at number 2 in the East. The Sixers have never been that high, ever. They might be number 1. When it's all said and done, they're probably going to win it.
They better win it. They better fucking win it. They should have been number 1 last year if they had confident coaching.
I mean, this is what we're saying. We got Nurse Rivers there now, and he's like coaching these dudes up.
and competent GMing. You know, they're like,
like Brand was a bad GM, but Brett Brown was a horrible coach who got to coach these. They literally let him coach them for that long.
I honestly don't know. Like, who is worse, Brett Brown, what's his name, Brian Colangelo, or Elton Brand? Who out of the three was worse?
Brett Brown was pretty bad. He was pretty bad, bro. I mean, look, man, Doc Rivers is the coach, and they literally look like one of the best teams in the league.
This is what I'm saying about Embiid, man, is he's taking it serious this year. Every year we ask, when is he going to get in fucking shape? He did it. He's dominating. He's kicking fucking ass. His jumper is much improved. His free throw shooting, much improved.
86 or something percent.
His turnovers have been cut in half.
Yeah.
His assists are up. He's the best defensive player in the league and a top 5 offensive player. And that wasn't the case last season. Like, we always saw on any given day, Joel Embiid could be the best player in the league. But it's like, out of the season, there are only 15 to 20 of those any given days. This year,
it's the lack of effort, bro. Sometimes,
and the consistency is here this year. He's beating up on everyone every game, and he's coming to play. And so for me, that's the biggest improvement. He's getting my most improved player.
It's Julius Randle. It's not even close. But I'll say this: every time we talk about Joel Embiid, I always say the same thing. He scored 0 points in the game, and like this year, you wouldn't even fathom that he could score less than 18 points in a game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's out there giving it his all, and kudos to Doc Rivers and the coaching staff, man. Joel Embiid is the MVP, bro. You can't fake on him.
He's number 2. So I guess this leads us to MVP, buddy.
Joel.
The Joker.
If Bill Walton can win the MVP and he played 58 games out of 82, why can't Joel Embiid get it?
That's because the year that Bill Walton won it, fucking everyone else got hurt that year too. And he still played like a lot more minutes than Joel Embiid did this year.
So you're just looking at it as a minutes standpoint.
Yeah,
and not
straight up minutes. Like, no, I don't think I was listening. I was to Ryan Russillo or whatever. They're like, no one has won an MVP like with less minutes than Embiid is about to have since like 30 years.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, man, it's a 72-game season. He's played in 41 games.
Yeah.
And there is about 15 left for the Sixers, I think. Because I think their record is like 40 and I want to say 19 or something like that, or 39 and 19.
If he plays 55 games, it's like you can't even really talk about the minutes and all that type of stuff.
Well, what my thing is, like, if the games are closer, who's the MVP?
What do you mean?
Between him and Jokic. Like, if the games and minutes
if the games are closer.
Like, if the amount of games that he's played is a little closer to Jokic.
Embiid is MVP.
Exactly. So I mean, like,
defensive side of the floor.
Yeah. So that's my thing. That's my small argument. I would say, like, if it's a little more even, Embiid is the MVP, and it's not even like closer. We're not even like having a discussion about it.
You're right, but it's not even, and there are all types of unfair mitigating factors. Another one we have to consider is Jamal Murray, Jokic's partner in crime, is out for the season.
He is. Yeah.
Jokic's production is not taking a dip. The Nuggets have not taken a dip.
No.
They are still rolling. The offense is going through Jokic and not missing a beat. Michael Porter Jr. is stepping up big time.
Yeah.
So for Jokic, it's like I need to give him some appreciation for getting better in all facets of your game. He got a little bit more nimble, right? He got a little bit better shape. He's averaging more assists than he ever has. He's averaging more points and shot attempts. He's being more aggressive. That little 2-foot shuffle fadeaway 3-pointer is the most unblockable shot in the league.
Yeah, shit. We remembered when we thought James Harden was going to do that move. Now Jokic is out here doing it. We're like,
right.
Oh, big fella.
Good luck. Good luck. So I do
Look,
want to give a lot of praise to him because I think it is warranted, and it's just so sad to see a team with so much promise effectively be ruled out of title contention because that was the team I really was excited to watch all year and see what they could do. And it sucks that ultimately they've been defanged a little bit when it really counts.
Yeah. I mean, his presence is definitely, seen with this team. Like it's just weird to me. Like it's been an injury-ridden season, and they're still not like top 3. You know what I'm saying? Or top 2. Like Murray just got hurt last week. So we've already been through 80% of the season, and the Nuggets are at the 4 seed. LeBron's been out for weeks. AD's been out for weeks, and the Lakers are still 5. Mavericks have played like complete garbage. The Blazers are playing bad, and the Warriors aren't really in it. And Nuggets still can't be top 1. You got Phoenix beating you out, and you got the same old Utah team that everybody's seen that you've beaten in the playoffs before. And you're still a 4 seed. All right. I cannot give – Jokic looks great, but I cannot give you the MVP when your team is literally sitting in the same spots that you've been sitting in for the past 4 or 5 years, however long he's been in the league. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
I think that's a valid point. I think 4 in the West is good enough to win MVP. You know what I mean?
Not for me.
If Westbrook won that shit as a fucking 8 seed,
it's a triple-double bullshit or whatever,
Jokic is putting up similar stats. It's just not every game making sure I'm getting a triple-double. You know what I mean? Like Westbrook, make sure that you get out of the way so he can get those last 2 rebounds.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. He's not like – he doesn't have a story behind him, He's not galvanizing people with, like, his play and his game. And it kind of sucks because he is really exciting to watch. It's not like he's a boring player to watch. Like, I don't know. He looks like Dirk, bro, honestly. He looks really good. He looks crazy good this year, man. But
Embiid, my favorite 2 players to watch in the league. So happy to see how they've ascended very top. They're the real deal.
But let me tell you something right now. You got 12 games left. You're sitting at the 4 spot, and the Lakers are sitting at the 5 spot. You got to do something. You're not trying to play the Lakers in the first round. That's not it. You don't want the season to go to waste. You still got a good team without Jamal Murray, all right?
You got to hope LeBron is still out and that Anthony Davis is following Dennis Schroeder around. Oh, captain, my captain. How do you say captain in German? Oh, mein Führer.
Honestly, bro, you better hope the Clippers like slump out a little bit. You better hope Rondo starts yelling at Paul George or some shit.
You better hope they stop shooting 42% from 3 as a team.
Yeah.
As a team. I
don't know, man. The Nuggets are in trouble. I think this season is going to be a waste. It kind of sucks. It really sucks.
We all got fucked.
You want to see your like top 3 MVP candidate at least go to like the semis of the second, like, or the second round or something. Like,
it can still happen. We have no idea the player that Michael Porter Jr. could turn out to be. You know what I mean?
They're not beating the Lakers, bro. They're beating the Lakers first round. Come on, be realistic.
I'm not saying they're going to beat the Lakers first round, but I am going to say this. If Anthony Davis doesn't want to take his big ass out there to play center and you're going to rely on Marc Gasol and Andre Drummond to guard Nikola Jokic, you're going to be in a world of fucking trouble.
I want to see one-on-ones versus Jokic and Drummond. I bet you he can handle them okay. I said handle him okay. It's not like he's not Marc Gasol. I said okay.
Marc Gasol's on the team.
No, I was about to say, and actually Marc Gasol might be low. I mean, Marc Gasol is a good post defensive player, but Jokic isn't just a fat, slow post player anymore. He's different.
He's nasty. So, Drummond's basketball IQ is so low, I refuse to think that he'll do anything on Jokic.
Is his basketball IQ low, or does he just have a stupid name?
No, it's really low.
I mean, but like Andre Drummond, isn't it like that sounds like a dumbass?
It does sound like a dumb name. And it's, sometimes like a name fits. Over the last 5 years, who's worst in the entire NBA in points per post up?
Who?
Andre Drummond.
Well, yeah, I know him, but like, who's worse than him?
Nobody. That's the point. It's not possible.
Wait, you said he's like dead last? I thought you said
Dead
bottom
last.
five.
No, dead last. Dead
Yeah,
last.
I gotta look that up for myself and laugh at it.
That was a rough one. You know who is second to dead last?
Draymond Green.
Kristaps Porzingis.
That makes sense. He's starting. You know what his post-ups are starting to look like? It's starting to look like when he was like his second year in New York. Like if you were short, he would just turn right around.
Yeah. And
Yeah, like right. You're right in his chest, and he's like, "I'm just gonna shoot this and sprain my ankle." Like, stop doing it, man. It doesn't work. Do something else. You're hurting yourself every freaking season, man.
Literally. Good thing Jalen Rose and Bruce Brown weren't around when Porzingis came to the league.
Bruce Bowen.
Oh, yeah, Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen cheating ass.
Right?
So your MVP is Jokic, huh?
Right now, keep in mind, still 12 games left.
So if Embiid has to play all 12, though. Embiid has to play all 12.
All 12. You got to play all 12. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you who's the dark horse not to be counted out, Terry. Steph Curry.
Nah. If they don't, they have to get top 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not to be counted. They got to be in the playoff spots. But if Steph Curry drags this team of fucking nobodies into the playoffs in the West, scoring 34 points a game, I got to consider it.
I'll give it to him. I honestly will give him MVP if they make 7 seed. 8 and below, I don't think I can give it to him. But if they and there's a chance they can get to the 7 because the Blazers are at 32 and 28 and the Warriors are 31 and 30.
The Lakers don't look like they're planning on winning games anytime soon.
You can't win games with Andre Drummond and Dennis Schroeder. And like AD at 70%. Even like AD at 100% this year, he was like, I'm good.
Follow the leader.
Yep. There's no LeBron. Oh, there's no LeBron to keep me in check. Here's a fadeaway from 25 feet.
Give me the ball, Bogues.
You want to see me do some Carmelo ISO moves real quick and shoot a cute little fadeaway? AD, bro. AD makes me sick, man. He makes me sick sometimes with his like effort. I swear. Because like we know he can make that shot, but it's when he's hot, you're like, oh yeah, he killed it. But when he's missing it, you're just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like go in the post.
Harry, I've had this rant on our podcast for 5 years, so I'm not going to do it again.
Do you like him? Do you
know
like
how
him?
I feel about big guys who won't learn how to post up or bang with people under the basket?
That's not the thing with him though. Like, cause we know that he can do that. He just
he doesn't want to. Every year he comes out and says, I'm a power forward. And every year we get to the playoffs and then watch you play center.
Yeah, true. He's like, I'm a stretch 3.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe in the fucking regular season against the Fort Wayne Mad Ants and the Delaware 87ers.
Yeah, AD drives me crazy sometimes, but he is a fantastic player, though. He is really good.
Well, I tell you what, he's no Bruce Brown.
At least not this year, averaging 22 points a game. Come on, AD. Stop it.
Right. Embarrassing. That's Jeremy Grant numbers. You said you're better than Tim Duncan.
He can't be, bro.
No.
Where's AD going to be when it's all said and done, you think?
Right next to Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, no. Don't get me started on that guy. Don't get me started.
Hey, wait a minute. Terry, tell me the appreciable difference between Anthony Davis's career before he went to LA and Karl Anthony Towns' career now.
I think it's just only 2 playoff appearances, by himself. That's about it. He took New Orleans to the playoffs twice. Karl Anthony Towns is literally in.
He took them to the playoffs once.
Who?
Karl Anthony Towns.
No.
That was Jimmy Butler.
That was Jimmy Butler. Okay? That was not fucking Towns.
All right, we can do the same thing. It was Drew Holiday who was the best player against the.
Hell no. Drew Holiday didn't even make an all-star team with them.
Is that why he shut down Damian Lillard in the playoffs? Drew Holiday was the best player against the Blazers. It wasn't Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis averaged like 34 in that first-round matchup, bro. I can't do that. Come on, stop. I can't.
Are you talking about the one against the Warriors where they lost? And he hit the double.
No, he averaged 34 versus the Blazers, bro. They don't have a player that can stop him.
That's fair enough. But they had like Enos Cantor and all these dudes out here trying to guard him. Like,
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I understand what you're trying to say, but at the same time, I can't give him the credit. And it was no DeMarcus Cousins.
It's the same. Like, I'm just saying they're cut from the same cloth as like all the talent in the world, all the athleticism, all the skill. What's up with the mentality? Neither one of them has any type of dog in them.
No. Karl Anthony Towns has no post game. Karl Anthony Towns cannot play defense. He can only weak side block. He loves shooting 7 threes a game for no fucking reason. He's 6'11", 260. Stop. I don't want to hear it. He's horrible.
He's actually really efficient as a 3-point shooter.
I mean, yeah, he can shoot threes, but I don't want you shooting threes, bro.
I don't mind you shooting threes. Just don't shoot 10 of them a game. Shoot 6.
That's what he's doing. He's shooting too many of them.
I know. You're right. I'm just saying, like, this whole Anthony Davis shit, I think we need to calm down a little bit. I think we need to calm down a little bit with Anthony Davis. I've been hearing a lot of Stephen A. Smith talking about how Anthony Davis is going to be the greatest power forward, not named Kevin Garnett or Tim Duncan.
I can't say that. Yeah, I'm not saying
he's very talented, and he has not yet developed a winner's mentality.
This is all I'll say to close the conversation on that. Last year, after about 3 games, there was a conversation of who was going to be the Finals MVP.
There was.
That's all I'm saying. With arguably, the second or third or fourth best player of all time.
And then what happened?
I know. I'm just saying, though.
I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened, Terry. He got cooked by Kelly Olynyk in front of 200 million people. That's what happened.
First of all, if you thought 200 million people would watch that finals, you're fucking dead wrong. No, you might have gotten.
You think less or more?
No, it was way less. It was like 70 million.
What?
Yeah. It was low rated because nobody thought
like 400 million people in America. Yeah. Only 70 million of y'all watch the NBA fun. This is why our podcast isn't going anywhere, Terry. I've had enough of this shit. I'm sick of you motherfuckers. Watch some sports. God damn.
It's just a bad year, man. COVID. Everybody's wives got to pick what was on TV.
No, yours
for months. For 4 months. Me? Nah, I was still watching.
Fresh out of surgery, I've already made her watch 3 Hawks games and a Bucks game with me.
God, you got her watching the Hawks? What the hell is wrong with you, man?
Bro.
Ugh.
I had her watch the Hawks play the Heat without Trae Young and Clint Capella.
No, see, this is the only problem. Shay is totally fine with watching sports. She just doesn't like basketball. Like, she hates it. Don't know why. I have no idea. But, like, she just doesn't want to watch basketball. Like, she'll watch anything else. I watch soccer games all the time.
She probably doesn't like it for the same reason my dad doesn't. Too many blacks.
If there was ever a time you were going to drop the N-bomb, I was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
It would have killed. We could have bleeped it. We just bleep it and leave it a mystery.
Still not doing it. Then I do the habitual live stepper of the week.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that shit. It's all good.
We don't have one this week. There's not really been anything controversial.
Nah, not really. But I don't know. We can deep dive. We'll deep dive. Let's start deep diving. We apologize. We'll deep dive for next time.
I tell you, line step for the week is me for not doing the requisite homework to bring you guys a well thought out and free playing line step for the week with all the associated graphics that I put up here last time.
Yeah, Florentino Perez, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Well, he's a line stepper of the last 3 decades. That fucking cheating ass crook. But that's a longer story for a different day. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. Please comment on our YouTube vid. Let us know who you want your team to take in the draft. Let us know who you got for Coach of the Year, Most Improved, MVP. You can start off in the Facebook discussions if you want. Got no spotlight this week.
No spotlight?
No spotlight this week because of the shooting last week of Dwayne Wright. Dante Wright, excuse me. Fucking Fox News changed the headline on his shit to Dwayne Wright. And then
really?
Yeah, and then kept it as Dwayne Wright 3 days after the joint. I screenshotted it twice because even in the video it says Dwayne Wright. And so that shit fucked me up. Like,
I'm pretty sure somebody got fired over that.
It's wild. I got 2 different screenshots of it too. And they had, what's worse is they had like a continuing the story, developing a previous story to it, and they fucked it up a second time.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy, dude.
So
RIP to my man.
He was shot and killed.
Yeah.
This past week, a high school girl was shot and killed in a driveway as she attempted to stab another girl 4 times. But
yeah, I heard that one.
Either way, 2 girls tried to stab each other in my high school on multiple occasions. Nobody got shot 4 times. They got tackled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then yeah, they're 16-year-olds. And then on the other side of the country, we have the body cam footage released from the officer who was pepper spraying the lieutenant in the army who was and that one was the same week we get the Chauvin verdict. So I wrote an article last week. I hope a lot of you wrote it about this. This week, instead of my spotlight, I'm keeping the article a living document like a Kanye album, and I'm amending it and I'm changing it. So I'm gonna add some about what this verdict means. I'm gonna add some about what it means to shoot a 16-year-old girl in the back 4 times. Yeah. And I'm going to add some about where we've come from Rodney King to today and the feeling of, I don't think any of us expected Chauvin to actually get convicted of all 3 counts. We all thought the motherfucker was going to get away with this shit, and he didn't.
I didn't.
And so I'm going to be amending my article to reflect that as well. So you have that to look forward to. Not a fun, frivolous article like, look at all these faces Quinn Snyder makes.
Yeah.
An important one nonetheless.
Yeah, or which mascot has the biggest cock or something like that.
Right.
You know.
We definitely know it's the Fighting Irish.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for joining us at the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. It's been another episode.
Tell them where to find us, man.
You can find us at www.thehLSpod.com on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram at HLSPod and at Pinterest. The HLS Pod.
And Facebook. Hey, look, man, we see the numbers. They're going up. Subscribe to the YouTube, y'all. All right?
Subscribe and like.
Yeah, the Instagram numbers are going up a lot. Like, they have gone up a lot. But we need some more support on the YouTube page. That'd be very, very helpful.
Real talk, I'm starting to figure out I just can't rely on you motherfuckers. I'm about to go to Afghanistan and just buy some bots. I'm about to buy some bots. I'm going to get 2 billion brown finger clips from New Delhi, and we're going to get this.
We could bot it up. We could definitely bot it up. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. You know what? We're the #1 podcast for people named Patel.
Hey, look, also, I get it that I did make the HLS pod on Instagram. I'm going to change it. I apologize. I know a lot of y'all had followed that one, but I'm going to change it up. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to DM y'all back, man. My bad. I started it, and then you started the other one like 2 days after. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
Just give me the password to it. All right, guys. Unless you want to sit through the rest of our production meeting, thank you for joining us again. It's been a wonderful episode, and let's all hope the Panthers take a bus with the 8 overall pick.
I hope they draft a quarterback so bad. Hey, look, thanks for stepping across the line with us for another week. North Carolina, continue to stand up. We out.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.